to Sweden, so we started it a little late.
I forgot about that. You were supposed to start it like 5 months ago.
5 months ago? Wasn't even monetized 5 months ago.
Just about.
Well, I guess maybe. Thank you, Lefty, for the gifted membership.
Yeah, thanks, Lefty.
Oh.
Yeah, I see what Pup thinks of it.
Sorry.
Thanks, Lefty.
I'll try to speak up.
Jamie's got to get her own channel one day.
I told you.
It's too much responsibility for her.
This is the Wolverine Watchman.
Responsibility.
Yes, sir. And approximately how many of these folks were not charged in this case?
Every time I see the front-end pictures, they make me laugh.
I know, right? Look at how authentic this is right here. That's definitely what he looks like.
You got all these guys and then this bearded man with his dork glasses.
He's got the same glasses as the witness.
Yeah, I know.
It's a conspiracy.
You said it's federal issued glasses.
That's right, FBI issued glasses. By the way, so I'm going to pin a message at the top. That's a link to Shizzy's stream. We're going to dual stream this for a bit, get him some watch hours. So if you guys want to go over there, give him some watch hours, give him a thumbs up. That would be great.
Thanks.
So I like the question, though. How many of these people were not arrested and charged? Or not charged, rather?
How many were not charged? Quite a few of them.
Like all of them, but, these three guys.
Yeah.
That's essentially
there was. I think there was 3 of them that were actually are serving the time.
Yeah.
Under federal charges, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that.
Well, yes, but I think this is sort of a backdoor way of getting at how many of these guys are federal agents.
Mm-hmm.
They can't ask that.
Well, there's also whenever you'll see the unidentified person or something like that. I can't remember how they word it, but unidentified. That's actually a federal agent.
Yep. When they say unidentified, those are all federal agents. When they say that in the text messages and all of that, they don't want to identify those individuals. There was a lot of unidentified messages we went through on direct with this guy. A lot. Like all the bad text messages, like, hey, we should kidnap the governor. Unidentified speaker. It's like, And
it gives a really bad impression to the jury if they don't understand that unidentified is a federal agent. They're just thinking, oh, this is they just couldn't identify who this person was, but they're part of a militia. It's really shady.
It does look like a school photo, doesn't it? The Boogaloo High School.
Welcome to
this is like photo not available.
This is Boogaloo High School.
We could zoom in and see what their hopes and dreams are written underneath their names.
I wish they would do that.
Here, counselor. Might take me a while.
Lefty, I'd go to that school.
I don't know. Too many neck beards for me.
Yeah, CH Dan, the drawn in one is the best looking one of the bunch.
He's counting all the federal agents right now.
Yes, he is. Look at that. Every finger you pointed to, sir, isn't that a federal agent?
Lefty would love that school. He'd be the belle of the ball.
We should write in their bios. We have an actual image of this in Discord.
Oh,
someone should definitely write in their bios.
24 people who were not charged in this case. I'm not counting Andrew Nichols. He was charged, but it was a separate case.
Wait, hang on. I want to hear that.
So I count 24 people who were not charged in this
24.
case. I'm not counting Andrew Nichols. He was charged, but it was a separate case.
Okay, how many people do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I should just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, 18, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33. 24 not charged out of 33. Where was the majority lying?
So 24 out of this group
there we go.
Were not charged.
Okay. Let's flip to Exhibit 10, please.
Suzanne says hello. Oh, by the way, if you're in my chat and you
I
are a
have it here.
member,
This
you
looks
have
like
the
some
Boogaloo
discussion with the
Igloo.
Wolverine Watchman founders back in 2019, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Is Mr. Molitor involved in that?
No.
Draw your attention to plaintiff's exhibit 11.
Is that how you spell tubes in Australia? But I like it.
I have it here.
And what?
Thank you for the 4-month member chat.
Date is
Excited.
that?
It's a multi-page exhibit. It starts on March 17th, 2020, and then it goes to March 19th, 2020.
Okay. Any mention or inclusion of Mr. Molitor?
No.
Was Mr. Molitor part of the Michigan Liberty Militia?
No.
Next question.
Plaintiff's exhibit 21.
Hmm.
This
I
is,
have it.
this has come in and is this exhibit basically tell us that Mr. Molitor is quite happy to be offered a job through Mr. Fox?
No.
Just offered a job, just offered me a job. Thank you so much. You have no idea what that means to me.
So nice.
Well, you're asking a general question about the entire exhibit, which is multiple pages. I know that you're referring to just a portion of this box.
Sure.
So as a whole for the exhibit, no, it doesn't just say that, but I'd be happy to review just this box.
Because that's all that matters to him.
That's fine. That was my point. Thank you.
Wait, does that link take you there? Oh, I didn't put the live link in. Hang on. I got to fix this pin link.
Page exhibit 631, Barry Croft tattoos.
There we go. Now I got the right link.
I have it here.
Mr. Molitor have any tattoos like this? Anything of a radical nature or militia related, if you know?
I don't. I know Mr. Molitor has quite a few tattoos, and I just don't know what they are. I've never inspected them.
I love this
Look
guy's
at his
hat,
booking
though.
sheet.
What is it, the tricorn hat?
No.
Kind of want one.
Played a number of Adam Fox videos as part of your case in chief.
Yes, sir.
I take it you have no proof of any of those, whether Mr. Molitor saw even one of those, right?
Well, I listed on the
Mr.
comms
Molitor.
chart, Exhibit 6 with Mr. Molitor, which videos he watched and commented on for
Okay.
Adam Fox.
Fair enough. So if
Things
he
take you to
commented on
prawn.
it, then
What?
it would imply he's watched the video.
That's my assumption, yes.
So that's fair. And how many did he comment on out of how many that were, if you have a rough figure?
Sure. Let
Link
me look at
works.
Exhibit 6, if you don't mind.
Stop confusing me, excited.
And that's a timeline between Fox and Molitor.
Yes, it's a timeline. I've been calling it the comms chart. So
That's what I'm talking
On-
about.
6/14, Eric Molitor commented on a live video by Adam Fox.
One time,
Give me a sec here.
sorry. Take your time.
I don't
Hey,
comment on a
Chris.
video.
Then on August
Yes.
31st, 2020, Eric Molitor commented on a live video by Adam Fox. I believe there was a reference in Exhibit 21 to Eric Molitor. He said something about hearing what he's putting out there or watching or something to that effect.
Okay, so 3 videos, basically, you have at least a semblance of proof that he's watching and making responses.
Yes, I think that's fair.
Thank you. Mr. Cross videos as well.
Cannot do an
Those seem to
Australian
be
accent in your
limited,
voice.
But there's no proof, maybe other than one time that he I don't know if he ever did. Did he acknowledge watching any of
I don't know how to say that in
Barry
Australian.
Croft's videos?
Correct. No proof that Eric Molitor saw Barry Croft's videos.
And that-
It's just going to come out with a Boston accent. I can't do it.
Put some rocks in your mouth.
And there were a number of Croft videos that you
I've been trying to figure out how to do an Australian accent.
part of your site, right?
Yes, there was multiple exhibits of Barry Croft.
Pran. I
April
can't.
30th, the Patriot
Wrong.
Rally in Lansing. Tons of pictures you've provided in Exhibit 46.
Where is Adam Fox right now? Let's find out.
Let me get to it, counselor.
There's a reason why Adam Fox didn't speak.
Yes, I have it here.
You're present at that rally, any shape or form that you're aware of?
No,
You didn't interview him or anyone?
You know, the government sought a life sentence for him. I can't believe that. He's 39 years old. They sought a life sentence. It didn't even happen. There wasn't even like a physical attempt. Sorry, I just had to say that. I'm trying to figure out where he's incarcerated. He didn't get life though. He got like
You know, the
30.
worst part is if you would have said anything like that a year ago, they would have shut your YouTube down.
Mm-hmm.
They would have said, nope,
Yep.
can't say that.
And interview him to ask if he attended?
So you pronounce
there
it
was an
porn?
interview conducted, and he said he thought he might have been there, but we weren't able to determine from the interview if he was or if it was a different rally. Ultimately, I never saw any photographs of him there.
Okay.
What did he get?
Exhibit 58 relative to Dublin, Ohio. Actually, 58T would be the transcript.
I have the transcript here.
And you recall Jenny indicating somewhere in that transcript about Stephen holding court. Do you recall that?
Let me check the transcript here.
Hey, Aaron. Hello. Welcome back.
So this is a 2-pager. There's an unknown female. One of the females says, hypothetically, when Barry Croft talks about killing people, and he says, no, I'm not being hypothetical. And then the unknown female says, no. So that could have been CHS Jenny. It could have been Amanda Keller. I just couldn't tell from those one words.
Because it's
which
because you
female it
don't
was in the
identify.
room.
Is it Barry Croft or Steve Robeson holding court? In other words, running the meeting.
Well, Barry Croft was running the meeting, addressing. He's the main participant here, and these rants going on and on about terrorism.
Exhibit 59, next page, 59T actually.
Just take something out of
Yes,
context.
I have it here.
Toward the bottom of the page indicated, this is also from Dublin, Ohio, correct? And it's
We got
Croft
16 years.
speaking.
Yes, sir.
And he indicates as part of that statement, you ain't even gonna have to train him, Steve.
Yes,
He'll
So
only
Steve's
serve 10.
involved in training.
I think.
I think that's because he
addressing
turned coat.
Steve during this discussion. I don't know to what extent Steve was
But
involved.
he didn't testify here. He didn't
No, he
testify in
wasn't.
this case.
He wouldn't, because he from what I understand is he actually turned coat on all of these guys.
Oh, okay. So maybe did he testify in the federal case? Maybe.
I think so.
Um,
And I think that's what got him. He was able to plead it down and get his 16 years. Could be wrong on that, but I think that's what went down with that. Like
Well,
from what I understand, he was a real poop head.
I'm not trying to minimize his sentence.
No.
He should get like a year suspended jail, but they were asking for life, and he got 15, and he'll serve, or he got 16, and he'll serve 10 after good behavior. So that's kind of a little boot to the feds as well, the prosecutors, because they were actually asking for life. That's what they were asking for.
Right.
Despite his cooperation, they were asking for life.
And I could be wrong on that. I think I was thinking that he was the one that pled out, but I could be wrong.
No, he was convicted on a second trial. First trial was hung, and he was convicted on the second trial. Adam wanted to testify for Eric Mulder, and they threatened him with state charges. That's right. I remember that now.
Involved in training, but I know, Barry Croft, based on this statement, seemed to be addressing it as Steve during a portion of this. There it is. Yes, right here. This is what we're referring to.
Yeah, 2 honeypots, it looks like.
Monologue.
Mhm.
This statement seems to be directed at Steve Robeson.
How was he compensated for his work as an informant?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, so I'm not the handling agent, so I don't have access to Steve Robeson's source files.
Jenny P? How about Jenny P? How much was she compensated for?
I don't know. Same thing. I'm not the handling agent, and so only the handling agents in the FBI. There's generally 2 agents who are assigned to each particular informant, and they're called handling agents. And then we have what's called a source file. Those are restricted, and just the handling agents are responsive for the policies and the admonishments and the check-ins and the reports for that particular source. So that information exists. I don't have it.
Okay, so we wouldn't know the bias from what you showed us about Jenny or Steve relative to being paid or maybe working off criminal charges, things like that, which informants do.
I am aware that just from discussions from the handling agents that there were no active criminal charges on CHS Jenny or CHS Steve.
Okay.
But I can't speak to their bias. I wasn't part of handling them or assessing them or tasking them.
Okay.
I 100% agree with Aaron, Olivia, and I'm going to read it out loud. More people need to be watching this trial. They really do. Feds can do this to anyone or anyone's group, be it right or left agenda folks. Yep, absolutely.
Well, and I think this is why it's also so important that a lot of people overlook, because whenever they see this kind of thing happen, it puts more fear into them of their government, where the government is more likely to run roughshod over them because they fear so much of just getting with a group to learn a little bit of survival skills, to do anything outside of the norm, because they do not want to end up like these 3 gentlemen that are being tried.
It has a chilling effect on people exercising their fundamental rights that are protected by the Constitution. Your right to assemble, your right to free speech, your right to own firearms, your right to assemble a militia, your right to do all of this. It has a chilling effect so that people will not exercise their rights because they don't want to take the risk. And that is the major fundamental problem with this. How many people out there are like, well, I don't know if I want to buy a flak jacket because now I'm going to go on some FBI list. Well, you have every
Yes.
right to do it.
And that's the point of them doing this. It's not going after these guys. It's a flex, them showing you what they can do to you if you step out of line.
Yep.
Or the line that they've created.
And this witness testified to essentially that when he said these guys were scary because they were training doing these exercises. Why? Because they're doing the exact same thing that you do and everything that they had a right to do, because they're citizens that might be trained and armed, and the government's scared of that. There's a reason the government should be scared of that, but they shouldn't be prosecuting people for that. And I think the jury really looked past all of that nonsense and came to the right conclusion. But that's why this is wholly scary. This guy is sitting up here with demonstrative and hearsay evidence trying to convict these guys of engaging in lawful conduct. Whether you agree with it or not, whether you think they're crazies, they're silly, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's legal.
And if they brought him before another court, he would go right back and do the same thing again. Like if they could find another court to prosecute them in, he would be right there saying the same thing. He would
Yeah.
change it up however he needed to get that conviction.
And yes, there absolutely is a right to assemble a militia. It is in the
Yes.
Second Amendment. It's right below the right to keep and bear arms. Well, actually, it's right above the right to keep and bear arms, because a militia is essential to a free nation. So the people right to keep and bear arms. You also have the First Amendment, which talks about the right for the people to assemble. So it's actually covered under two amendments to the Constitution.
So on 60, looks like Amanda Keller might be involved in this one. Plaintiff's exhibit 60, sorry.
Hey, Brandon. I didn't leave the treehouse. I wasn't able to get beer.
Yes, and then was part of this discussion.
Curious when she started being involved in what you might feel is illegal and how long it took her to come forward.
Well, the first the FBI was aware of it was this new Founding Fathers meeting. So she was in on the ground floor of the planning with Barry Croft and Adam Fox. And to me,
Okay.
that's really the most concerning part is the folks that were part of the new Founding Fathers meeting. So they're aware
That
of
wasn't
the
my
attack.
question.
Yeah, object.
I was not answering my question.
Well, no, then you should check the court.
Objection.
Oh, and he knows
I
what he's
just asked,
doing.
yeah.
I think the difficulty comes with whether a closed-ended question or an open-ended question is asked. So, and I'm saying, so let's do this. Let's re-ask the question. Let me hear what disregarding the answer, and we'll listen to the question and the answer.
Thank you. How long was that Amanda involved in what you would believe to be criminal activity until she came forward?
I would say from June 6th, from the new Founding Fathers meeting to August 21st, when she contacted the FBI.
And she did that because Jenny went to her and told her what was going on?
Oh, no, I'm not aware of that.
Oh, of course.
I believe she did that because she was scared that people were going to die and there was going to be explosives in Luther.
So Jenny P had nothing to do with that.
I don't have any knowledge of Jenny P directing Amanda Keller to do anything. I believe.
She didn't say go down on him.
Who's a member of the Michigan Civil Defense Force. We saw him on the Coalition Leaders Chat. He was the one who was telling Adam Fox that he would be arrested. James Varney told Amanda Keller that people are going to get hurt and you.
Oh. Murph gifted a membership. Thank you very much. KLI got it gifted a membership. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm just going to call you KLI. But thank you very much for the gifted membership. If you are new, don't forget to hit the member tab and get a link to my Discord where we have all of our member content.
You need to go to law enforcement. He was a felon himself, so he couldn't go to law
I'm
enforcement.
objecting to the answer again, well beyond.
Agent, I understand the natural desire perhaps to explain something. I don't think that's good or bad. Mr. Olson will have an opportunity to expand on any answers. So,
Yes, Your Honor.
Aaron with a $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Aaron. You didn't have to do that. Thanks for streaming this, Dave, to make people aware of this corruption. It is important. I agree. Got to run. It's our anniversary, so I should probably go out for dinner. I will reply later or replay later. Thank you very much, and congratulations to your ongoing love for one another. You did it. Congratulations. But that's awesome. Thank you very much. It's funny. People ask you like, oh, we're going to do an anniversary party. And I'm like, isn't that something that the people do amongst themselves? How do you, I don't know. I'm not into the celebrating other people's anniversary, but congratulations to you. And thank you very much for the super chat.
Cheers.
And 77 T.
Shizzy, are you under the weather and self-medicating?
No, I was responding to Rabbit. Rabbit's
Mr.
had a
Molitor.
root canal, and she's starting to feel pain again. The shots wore off, and I said, "Well, I'll pour a shot, and I feel no pain."
Nice. It's funny how that works.
I want her to
I
feel better.
there's nothing wrong with a little, we'll say, responsible self-medication in that way. But yeah, hey, expert. What happened to the FBI agent that was a swinger? So I don't know what happened to him, but I don't think he testifies because he. Well, I don't think he does testify because he's got a criminal record now because he decided to beat up his woman after she liked the other guy better than him.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, at the swinger, they went out to a swinger club or party or something like that, and then came back and
Yeah, and then he knocked her around a little bit because she talked about how great the other guy was or something. I don't know all the details, but he got a conviction for domestic violence.
Man.
So,
that was right in the middle of all the Whitmer stuff too, where they were going after all these people, and
look at this. Farrell trying to be the expert.
Stop. I know I'm a
Look at you.
trendsetter.
You're a
Yeah,
trendsetter. Okay.
I may,
all
ha-
right.
I may have to do the same thing here because it's my future's
See?
so bright.
See, I started the trend.
And you got a little curtain and everything. Look at you.
Oh, yeah, I moved to a different spot.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You didn't just hang up a shower curtain behind you? I feel like that's what you did.
No, she's in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Welcome, Farrell.
The expert, by the way, I sent you a link too. We could make a big party out of this. It's a late night stream for me. This late night at 8:27.
Oh.
That's my bedtime.
Late for
It
Dave.
is so late for me. If expert comes in, I would be surprised because it is. we've been going on very little sleep the past few days.
Yeah, you guys said you started off Friday evening, and I think you guys have been streaming nonstop. And then you went on Lincoln Kane and all that stuff, and just been continuing.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
How did I miss
Mentioned
Lincoln
on
Kane?
this
I was
exhibit.
busy, I guess.
I don't even know what time that was.
Let me look at the whole exhibit here.
10:00.
Anything about
Eh?
being a medic?
God, Dave. I was like sleeping already.
No,
It's about 6
Yes,
o'clock
in the
the next
back
morning
chat,
or
right?
something.
yes,
He wasn't at the back chat meeting, was he?
that's correct.
Shut
And
up,
that
all.
was on 6/20, 2020.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Oh God, Jamie.
So he was on.
We lost
so
Jamie.
Wow.
Let's talk about that, please.
Sure.
So
Well,
Farrell, is this
You
guy
have,
convincing you?
Yeah, of course.
well, Jamie will
It
like
says by
this.
Mr. Fox
The
here.
guy that we saw today
there.
that was climbing over the little desk. This guy's shorter than him. This guy's shorter than him. He is a little manlet.
Oh my God, he's a manlet.
Yes, he's sitting at the small table there.
What?
Like,
Oh, is this the case with Baker?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
But the way he
God.
was sitting at the witness stand, he had like his arm around it, he was hanging onto it because he was gonna fall.
Yeah, he was sitting there just like he looked like he was trying to climb up on top of it. He
Yeah.
looked so just like I am part of the lollipop guild, the lollipop guild, the
And
lollipop.
then you know how
guild.
Chad is.
I swear, I don't know how you do that. I can't see shit.
And he had like
Man
little
is
peg
asking.
legs.
Wait, how you do what? Take your glasses off?
No, how he wears them.
Oh,
many
I don't
guys,
know.
how
I have
many
no
solid
idea how.
guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
that
I can't
is
see
no
I can't
problem.
see a damn thing.
Oh, I can't.
And that we've got
Oh, get out of
25,
here.
right?
I don't have my glasses.
And Fox responds
You can
that
keep that
Mr.
trend.
Molitor's
Yeah.
want to go, right?
So
Mikey.
cool.
Yes.
Who's Mikey?
Mikey
Who's
died
Mikey?
eating Pop Rocks.
Well, all I know is that Adam Fox said Mikey. I believe he's referring to Mikey Moray.
Okay.
Hmm.
And Eric Molitor is mentioned. Was it ever checked with Eric Molitor whether Adam Fox is being credible here or not?
And I've never talked to Eric Molitor about this. No.
Is Mike Murray, was he arrested, charged?
No, he was not.
77T?
Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
Your
Meow.
informant Dan
Welcome,
is to
welcome.
be a listening post. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Why does this exhibit indicate he's training people then?
You're looking at 77.
Yeah, he wouldn't be training people. No, not our
Um,
guy. I don't do trainings.
That's right. Lefty with the $5 super chat. In an effort to set a new trend, I'm going to be the first YouTuber to wear aviators on my next stream.
You better.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is all about the trend setting. I wonder what's up.
Yeah, really.
I wonder.
Lots of
At the
trends.
bottom, I guess,
that.
is what I'm talking about on page
Yes,
1.
there are.
So I just try to make it look like my eyes are crossed.
He's not acting as a listening post there, is he?
He does a little bit.
Bottom?
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy would be. Oh, God. What?
He's
I do
Look at
like.
asking
I,
questions
how-
about
what was
why
that? What was that guy?
we're training.
Hey, you guys!
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
That's
Hey,
him,
hang on.
right?
Yes,
him.
that's him. Here, this is him.
There he is.
That's our witness with Dan
Yeah.
the man, his informant.
Just a little cleaned up now,
That's right.
or his
What-
son.
What's going on? So I think he's doing a pretty good job here of trying to elicit information.
I'm going to ask
Lot.
again, he's not acting as a
Slot.
listening post. There is he, agent.
In my opinion, he is.
In the back of his head is punchable.
Talking, sir. Is he?
You just want to like hit it,
Oh,
right?
Yes, to clarify.
He's doing a swift kick.
Benny
Listening
Hill it.
post is a general term. It doesn't mean he cannot speak. So he's playing an active role as a member of the Wolverine Watchmen. So he has to fit into the group. Obviously, he can't be suspicious as to what he's doing. He has to contribute to conversations. If the group is training, he has to train. It would be unsafe for him not to participate. When I say listening post, his role there is to listen and report, but he does participate, and he is a member of the Wolverine Watchmen.
Okay, Wolverines! Let's shoot a bullet through the governor's cottage.
Go
I love
blue.
Address. It's
Uh,
appropriate for your informant to say that kind of thing.
Well, in this case, I know the instance you're referring to, and I believe he did a pretty good job of trying to de-escalate the situation.
So you admit he said those things? Yes or no?
I don't know about the shells. I'm not sure where the shells thing came from. I know he suggested they start with property damage and try to not have the governor there if they do anything.
Okay.
I'm not sure
Oh,
where
shit.
the shell reference
Is
came.
that what I meant to do?
So there's Wisconsin, Eric Molitor at Wisconsin.
I tried to remove your
Get
post.
together.
No,
I took away your
It
wrench.
was on 6/21.
no, Wisconsin was early July 11th and 12th.
He keeps his socks on in the shower. Well, he lives in his parents' basement,
Can't
so
read?
his mom does his laundry.
That's Wisconsin.
I don't know if he even wears socks.
There's let's go to 87, please.
I have it here.
Count to 87.
And you've gone through this. This looks like Mr. Molitor has replied
His
twice.
mom
on
gives
this
him
at least.
showers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that's because she stopped breastfeeding last year.
Sorry, 81. Looks like a 7 sideways.
Oh, yes, I have 81.
And you read it, you testified about this exhibit at the district court, did you not?
Oh my god.
I know I've referenced portions of this before. I certainly wasn't this complete exhibit, but I remember
I have so many questions for you,
at
Daniel.
least some of these
I could-
pages.
Yeah,
I can
you-
see
you
that
didn't
too.
take it, read it.
I know,
Right?
Daniel. I can see that happening. And then just laughing about it, like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep, that's Danielle.
Oh,
In a prior hearing, correct? You left out a word?
I can't recall which words I left out.
No, he just shaves his head and
Words.
glues it to his
It's
face.
inadvertent. I'm not intending to leave out any particular words. Be happy
But
to
you
read
are,
anything
sir.
again
You are.
for
You
the
left out a
record
lot.
If I misread it.
Okay, certainly.
Like
But
90% of them.
obviously can make mistakes, and those are inadvertent, is what your testimony is.
Yes, sir. I'm doing the best I can.
Thank you.
You are not. And what's up with your hair? Like now that you get closer.
Yeah, when you get
Right,
closer,
It's
you really
growing
look good.
as he's on there.
No, he shaves little patches of it because he's going for the mohawk look, and he's glued it to his face.
But
just,
it was
you know,
short when we started.
But why are we still hanging on to all those little hairs? Come on, just let them go.
Well, you know, some men like to hang on to the short hairs.
Well, he looks like he's still trying to spike it up.
94, who taped that?
Because I'm really
94.
smart. SMRT.
I have it here.
Who's the person that taped that for you?
It's a human chia pet. Yeah, he's literally growing as we watch. We need like time lapse of this trial.
Sprinkle a little water on him. Don't baptize him. He's like Gizmo. He turns
That's
into
Steve Robeson.
Okay, so Steve would be in proximity to the explosives,
Yes.
so he'd be part of the explosive. He'd be responsible for the explosives, wouldn't he?
He was near the explosives. In this case, Barry Croft had brought the explosives and was building them with members of the Wolverine Watchmen. So I wasn't aware of Steve Robeson participating in the explosive building.
But just like Mr. Molitor was not involved in the building when he indicated he would help someone if they got hurt.
Mr. Molitor was not part of any explosive building, to my knowledge.
Thank you. You use the word kill house, isn't it been referred to throughout this as a shoot house by the militia that we've been talking about?
So in Cambria, Wisconsin, I heard it being referred to as a kill house. In Luther, Michigan, I heard it being referred to as a shoot house. But I do think they're interchangeable and they're referring to the same thing.
Okay.
Do we want to
So
see
kill
this
house
witness
doesn't mean kill,
shirtless?
and
So we'll just
shoot house
say
doesn't
we'll
mean
just
shoot,
call it
it's
shoot
just the
house.
name they give it.
We'll leave that to Dave's
Um,
imagination.
Yeah.
Back to the crux of the matter. Yes, you're right, Shizzy. Yeah, they had multiple names, but he's like, we're going to call it a kill house.
Yeah, he wants to call it a kill house because it sounds so deadly. He was like,
Right.
no, well, we're going to stick with shoot house because they're not actually shooting.
Like
That's
when they
not-
went, to Lansing, he said they deployed them to Lansing because it all sounds military.
Military, they're so
I
scary.
don't. I'm sorry. I don't understand the
Well,
kill
that figures.
means kill. I don't know any other meanings of that.
Okay, but you said they're interchangeable. That's why my question. I'll pass on that. Back to Dan. There was
I just
some
saw that
video in
durr
95,
moment for him.
96 regarding the training that went on.
But we call it
Wolverine
kill.
Watchman's success in that, and improvement in that training. Do you recall Dan training the Wolverine Watchman?
Mm.
95 and 96.
Yeah, he's got
So
a
I
thong
think
under
we
there.
entered 95. I don't believe we've entered 96 yet.
Okay.
So
Is it Jamie's dead?
I'm sorry. I recall the 95 video with the Wolverine Watchman.
And they were the best in the group as they were going through the shoot house.
Yes, that's fair.
And that was because they were trained by Dan.
No, I don't think so. I
No,
think
I
it's
don't think
because
so.
they had done the most.
No.
team
Our
training.
FBI agents
They
didn't
had
train them the best.
They wouldn't train him.
Trained as a group.
Who trained them?
Paul Bellar and CHS Dan were part of the training of the Wolverine Watchmen. They
Part of the
trained
training.
as
Who
a
trained
unit. They
them?
Set up their stations similar
Come
to
on.
Luther and Cambria.
Okay. How is it that you're allowing your informant, the listening post to train for an illegal purpose? We'll just, for wording's sake at this point, you're letting them train to commit criminal acts, and he's the trainer. So he's basically committing a crime we're here for it, isn't he?
So CHS Dan is reporting all that activity back to me, and I'm
He's
tasking him
training.
to be a member of the group. I told him that one of his roles is to make sure nobody gets hurt, nobody gets shot. I didn't want any sort of accidental discharges
It's
to
okay if
happen
he does it.
and law enforcement to come on to the scene. I thought that would be unsafe. So I had many discussions with him about what type of training was going to be performed.
That's not the answer to the question. Is how
I
is
don't-
it that you allow an FBI agent to train these people to commit an unlawful act? Well, I wanted to make sure he was safe, and this. No.
I want to make sure nobody got injured in these training exercises. So we got a professional in there, FBI agent, to make sure nobody got hurt. He had control of the situation, but he was training them the right way.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, Dan the man? He wants to make sure he's not the Dan. We know you are. It's okay.
Formed, what his role was, and how he'd be participating.
Right, but you've allowed him to be a trainer to commit a criminal act, though.
So as I understand it, Dan
Keep asking the
himself
question until he answers.
is
Right.
not committing a criminal act. He doesn't have the intent. He's
That's
gonna
not the
fit
question,
elements
sir.
because
Okay.
he's trying to stop the terrorist attack.
So it's really important to know what's in Dan's head, right?
Well, Dan's a member of, he's working on behalf of law enforcement.
Yeah.
So he's
not
part of the plot.
That's the
He's not
point.
trying to further it.
He is working on behalf
He's
of
training these
law
people so they're the
enforcement
best
to
of the
train
best.
them.
And he knows that allegedly there's some sort of illegal purpose going on here. How is he not committing a crime?
Because he's reported the crime to us.
That's a different
and
question. Go back to your
he's,
original question.
Being tasked by me. My understanding
He
of
will.
Michigan law is that a source is not.
Hey, he just mentioned you.
Can't conspire
Yeah,
with
he
other
did.
people if they're acting on behalf
Not
of law
anymore.
enforcement.
Okay, and you
Not anymore. That's right.
as a list,
Oh, wait a
he's the
minute.
XO, right? Second in
Oh,
command.
shit.
Of the Wolverine Watchmen.
Man, yell at me. I didn't see you back there.
Look at him.
Oh no, man, I was having a good time.
How you doing?
Well, I think this calls for some.
I wish I had my sunglasses on, man. I could darken my room.
Like I'm okay, so I do Brave browser now, and like right now I'm on Edge, and I can't lighten out the screen or darken the screen. I mean, holy cow! I don't know how you guys do it. This thing's so bright. This is yeah.
I don't know how you do this.
Once you get used to it, you can't go back.
Now I gotta be cool and go get sunglasses too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at, did you notice
It
I
works
got
out.
Shizzy? I got those light bulbs. They're changing. Ooh, with my phone. I gotta get them to the red. But anyways, welcome, expert. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I was about to go to bed, but I had pants on, so I
Yeah, that's
appreciate this.
it's tough. No, I'm glad you're here.
But
Yeah,
yes,
it's too early to go to
60
bed.
days to get in that position.
I believe it was beginning of March to June 3rd. So within 90 days.
Exhibit 99.
And now I feel more mysterious. I lightened up,
This has
or
to
I
do
darkened
with
my room.
7/12. So
There we
in
go.
July, I think you indicated
Yeah.
as this came in that Mr. Molitor was working that day.
Yeah.
You recall that?
I told you this trend would take off.
Nice,
99.
nice
Once you get
shades.
used to it, oh, those are awesome.
Yeah,
I love the rose
recall some
color.
testimony
I love
about
those,
Mr.
Jamie.
Molitor
I can't see anything.
working. I'm just trying to remember
That's
which
awesome.
exhibit we were talking about.
I tried.
Everyone's wearing shades but me. Oh, now Jamie took hers off, so I feel less alone now.
Oh, hang on.
Well, gotta keep it.
Hang
real.
on, she'll make you feel alone again.
Yeah,
You know, I'm so high up. I'm above the sun. I don't need the
If I
shades.
remember, the questions were about why didn't Mr. Molitor
That
go
is
to
awesome.
Cambria?
Well,
Love.
I asked not what the question was, but the answer, he was working that day. You know where he was working that day?
No.
you need some shades in your
In
treehouse.
July, you don't know where he was working?
Generally speaking, I believe he was working for Pinkerton's as a security guard, but I don't know where he was working.
Is he a
Would it
Pinkerton
surprise
agent?
you that he's was working for
No, somebody else was.
Sam Riley and not Pinkerton?
I don't really know who Sam Riley is or how Pinkerton is structured. So it would
You don't know a
take
whole
you at
lot.
your word.
Okay, it would not surprise you.
That's right, Stray.
I just
Sun
don't
wears
have any
shades around
information
me.
about it.
Put your pants back on, David.
Were you able to investigate on 111? James Bowen, who was also mentioned in conjunction with Eric Molitor, Sean, Mikey, etc. Actually, 4 names from Adam Fox. Adam Fox's mom. Compound question, but James Bowen first.
I don't know who James Bowen is. He's never been investigated.
So Adam Fox says a name you don't investigate.
Not
You
every
just
name
killed
Adam
Jamie.
Fox says do we investigate. No.
He's not a credible person, is he?
I believe Adam Fox really intended to commit violence.
I'm asking if he's a credible person, sir.
And then I'm going to object to that question, because the credibility of that Fox being an issue. It's not relevant.
It is. He's naming Mr. Molitor.
I mean, he's trying to.
The question was asked in an open-ended way. The agent answered. The agent answered the question. Brennan, do you have
He hasn't been answering much of any
Move on to
questions.
Exhibit 113.
I have it here.
This was
You have
the
no hair. I agree.
exhibit again,
Got it.
AFO, and regarding the truncated exhibit that I put in.
Yes, so this is the screen capture that my team took during monitoring of the FAFO chat before it auto-deleted.
That's obviously shorter than the exhibit I put in.
This is
Oh.
the same exhibit where you show
Imagine
the
that.
page.
Yeah.
Reference,
Oh, this has already happened once
not
with this guy on
kidnapping,
cross.
Adults
Mhm.
snatch and grab. So that would occur right after this.
Thank you. Exhibit 115.
Yeah, he's like, so that exhibit that you pulled up on direct, where they were talking
have it
about
And that indicates Sean.
kidnapping the governor. You left out the last couple of lines where they're like, oh, maybe kidnapping is the wrong word. That's not really what I meant. Laughing, and all these emojis and stuff, and people joking around. That wasn't admitted on his direct. So this guy has a history of this.
Adam going on again, and on, this time Yvonne.
It's also
Sean.
meme gate,
Yes.
Eric's name is
founding
in there.
father quote
Who's
gate.
Yvonne?
I don't know.
Memes, they'll get you every time.
You didn't check to see who Yvonne was either.
Well, in this case, I didn't have enough information as to who Yvonne was. No.
Exhibit 118, please. This is Mike Moray, the individual who was in charge, correct? That's the Mike
I love how they
Moray,
just say-
Mr. Moray.
Instead of federal agents, just the individual that wasn't charged. Let's see what he had to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What exhibit are we on?
I think he was
Okay.
one that
118.
turn coded. That's who I was thinking of.
I can't remember the name of the guy that
Yes, this speaker.
beat up his wife for
There
liking the other
is
guy
Mike Moray.
better.
Was it
Mikey.
Snatch Squatch or something like that?
Okay.
Another
He's
no-haired
indicating
guy.
some, culpability here, is he not? Page 2.
Are we not seeing? I'm not seeing anything.
Certainly has knowledge of the
This
plot.
cameraman sucks, by the way.
I'm just asking if he has culpability. He's making incriminating statements here, not whether he has knowledge of.
I think he's flirting with him.
I believe knowledge of the plot is culpability.
Knowledge of the plot is
He said
culpability.
something like, think like us. tear
Oh,
And
like
all of
the
your
agent?
agents. Yeah, I was gonna say
All of your agents are culpable.
Yep,
One
exactly.
of them. All 24 of them.
24 out of the
Page
33.
two.
Did you hear that, expert? 24 out of
Let me see if I
33.
can get it up here.
Yes.
We're agents.
That was earlier in the testimony.
So what? 24 out of 33 were agents.
24
Yes.
out of the 33 were agents. 73%.
The militia was
Yeah.
33 people.
Yes. Well, of the
They
people
didn't
that
even
were
have the
involved.
majority to.
Well, this wasn't like this is like a bunch of different groups of militia, and they all got together for this quote plot. And there are apparently 33 of them, of which 24 were agents.
So it's
So
all
we're doing
about getting 8 guys.
Yep.
That's it.
I need one, Dave. I need a chamber pot up here. Right now I have plastic bottles.
There it is.
Those don't wipe very well.
Sorry, are you referring to this exchange about being domestic terrorists
Yes,
like us?
yeah. Keep going down, please.
Danielle with the 4-month member chat. Thank you very much. Jamie's laugh makes my day. Love her. Yes. And I've missed it. And I'm so happy that she's on here with all of you, the rest of you. And Farrell for the first time on my channel. Can we celebrate that for a moment?
She popped
Oh.
her cherry over here. Everybody.
Farrell, cheers.
I've been with Farrell's first twice.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Pop 2 of Farrell's cherries.
I don't know if I
Yeah,
would
you
want
find out.
to brag about
Yeah.
that in front of your wife.
She knows.
Yes, you
Oh.
know.
Like I told
Oh,
Lincoln
she's
Kane, she
We're
slaps me
cool.
on the butt and tells me, "Get in here."
Get in there. Get in there. Just show me your face.
Out, who's on board, and terrorists.
Once you do remind us
Sure. Why is unintelligible. I mean, something was said, but I can't quite make out what they're actually saying.
Thank you.
I
And at
am.
the end,
And I never made it out of the treehouse, so I wasn't able to get beer either. So I have no beer,
about
no
you?
sunglasses.
Text
nothing.
your wife. She'll
Yeah.
bring you beer when you text her. Do you think she'll bring you sunglasses?
I don't even think she's here. She's left me. She's gone.
No.
She's
Don't
out
you
on a
have
boat
children?
somewhere.
They're all gone. No, like everyone's like nobody's home. Yeah, nobody's home. Just me in the treehouse.
They're like,
we're
leave
going
Dad
to
alone.
do that.
My neighbors are like, "What in the hell is going on?"
I just picture David at one of these nights. He's gonna be like,
We're going to have to figure out where her, again,
Oh, right there.
what's that referring to?
If we're going to do, then we're gonna have to figure out where her, I believe this is in reference to the recon right here, which is the surveillance of the governor's residence.
What, the Mackinac Island residence, Lansing, or if you know?
But this time they had the 3 different locations and they were talking about, looking at all 3 locations, trying to
Yes,
figure out
Jamie.
which was the best place to attack.
She is.
So he was not charged with anything?
That's
for saying-
correct.
Saying those things?
Yes, he never showed up on any of the
Right.
surveillance.
I just
missions.
asking if he was charged.
I hope the neighbors call the cops over to your
Thank
house.
you. Ian,
They're going to one day. They're going to be
help me
like,
with
"What
his last
the
name."
hell?"
There's nobody home over there, but there's people in the treehouse.
Partington.
Someone hanging out in the
He's talking quite a bit as well, and
I can't wait to see what the
Not
treehouse
either,
is
is he?
decorated like for the holidays.
I'm gonna do like a little tour of the treehouse once I get it cleaned up. It's still in like decoration mode.
You better be putting up some Halloween decorations.
I'm making him a sign expert.
Awesome.
I'm making David a sign for his treehouse. No girls allowed. Don't tell
Oh.
Shelly.
Okay, we'll take about a 10-minute break and give everybody else a chance to use the restroom, and then I'll talk to the attorney.
I was gonna trim my lights up and show you the sign. Let's see. I can't figure out which one's which. You see the sign behind me? I got a little treehouse sign. It's awesome.
Just this treehouse.
Oh,
Mhm.
cool.
All right, let's get past this little break.
The record can reflect the jury, we can talk to the attorney still. I just figured that
Thank you for the 3-month member chat. I found my people.
they charge on
Laughs every day. Yes, this is an awesome group of people.
I love his
They
outfit today.
What's that?
Eric, the defendant guy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
always- He has the best, like, redneck boy outfits.
I know. The Knoll brothers are always in suits despite their hairstyle, and Eric is always in something just
Going up
perfect
with
for
a-
him.
yeah, he's showing up in a hoodie that says, Key West or
I don't even know. Yeah, like, like up North Michigan.
Yes, we're still under construction. We've got to add the kitchen and the bathroom. Then I'll give a little tour.
anything that we need to pick up or bring you back in, we're all from the start.
No, sir.
Mr. Nunley?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm probably disrupting the chickens, who are my downstairs neighbors.
Dave has all the chicks.
He's so cute.
He gets all the chicks.
He was getting all the chicks. He was hanging out.
Prosecutor looks like he wants to fall asleep. He's get a little bit of whatever that agent's been smoking on.
Oh, I absolutely did. I'm not even playing the same sport as my wife. I absolutely outkicked my coverage and into the baseball park. That's what I did.
What happened?
She's saying that my wife is out of my league, and she absolutely is.
Oh,
It's not even the same sport,
I know that feeling.
right? I am grateful to her every day for sticking around.
no.
I'm just grateful I keep the handguns hidden. Kidding.
So I was gonna send an email. I've been communicating with the court and the Up North News, who handled day 8. By the way, day 8 is going to go tomorrow morning. But I want to get I don't want to get the contact information for the jury. I want them to get my contact information. Hopefully they'll reach out and do some interviews. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Mhm.
At least the next batch.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Transcript would know if the audio or video will play, if there is simply a reference to documented words.
Did he have a Charlevoix hoodie? I didn't even look that close. That's awesome.
I couldn't tell.
Exhibit
That'd be funny.
127, if I may. This has not been admitted yet.
I have it here.
You,
You
That's right.
have
No more
hair, I
competition
agree.
for me.
I would move for the admission of this exhibit if we could, Your Honor. Check, make sure it hasn't been admitted.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a fair statement, Brandon. I'll do better tomorrow.
127. They've been, I had to take the call to consider 127, I guess, I'll call it opposed. Mr. Department, you're seeking to admit the exhibit?
Yes, sure. Well, yes.
Okay, so
It's an exhibit I would ask my client about as well.
Does it look like he has plugs?
Just a couple.
Oh,
You
just
know,
I'm just having Tobias Funke flashbacks.
there's only so many that you can buy whenever you're an FBI agent.
At one point, Your Honor.
He's working the ones on the middle.
and
Hey, he
Was
can
that
count to
used, Your
5.
Honor, before?
Thank you, Wolfram, for the $10 super chat. Open your Bibles to the book of Impala, verses 1 through 20. Thou shalt believeth the Impala in all things. Really? Sayest unto thou, the Impala saith rightly, thou shalt not consider entrapment. Thank you. Yes.
Oh.
$10 super chat. I ruined that by reading it so badly. Yes, but thank you. The
Or
book of
did we
Impala.
skip over that for a reason?
Juliet and Mike.
That's what we've been calling his big binder of exhibits this whole trial.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we propose exhibit 10, that's in November, and all.
Yeah, the defendants have their glorious hair and they shave it
Yes, ma'am.
voluntarily. Meanwhile, he's stuck with that. Yeah, look at that. All of them are bald.
I guess if we're making a determination, I have to need some background on what it is.
Thank you. Agent Impala, do you recognize exhibit
It's
127?
Wednesday, the court
Tell,
reporter.
Everyone what it portrays.
Sure. Again, it's proposed exhibit 10.
I apologize. Proposed exhibit N as in November.
Thank you, this way.
Yes, so I.
Yeah, by the way, just so if you guys are in my chat, there's a pinned comment with a link to Shizzy's stream. If you guys want to go over there and give him some watch hours, that would be great. Trying to get how many more watch hours do you need?
Probably about 50 or 60. It's subs
Okay.
I think I need to get now.
Oh,
I
is
might
it
be.
subs? Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm at. I just need like 100, maybe less or something like that.
You're at
I don't know.
402.
It's been
Pretty
a
cool.
long day.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, go sub to him as well.
Yes.
Recognize this exhibit. It's a excerpt from a phone report.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars. We know
Phone
the difference between the good guys and the bad
conversation
guys. The good guys have hair, right?
Individual texting between Adam Fox and Eric Molitor.
Makes it real easy.
Okay, can you read that into the, let's, I'd move for the admission of exhibit and defendants, exhibit, monitors, exhibit N.
See, I'm digging on Court Reporter Wednesday, right there.
Oh yeah, I just noticed her.
Oh, I've noticed her the whole time. I'm like, that's Court Reporter Wednesday.
I've been emailing.
And then she's
her.
got Pugsley that sits next to her.
I've
But
got
Court
her.
Reporter Wednesday is pretty
I've
awesome.
got her contact information. I've been emailing her because
She's
when I
awesome.
couldn't get day 8, I was going to get the transcript, and so she doesn't sound like that in her emails. She doesn't sound like she looks in her emails.
Do a lot of emails talk to you?
I don't know. My emails will talk to
Could you
you.
read the?
I read
back
them in
and
a
forth and
voice, don't
describe- well,
Do you guys read your emails in a voice?
I
Yes.
don't read emails.
If I know
Well,
the person,
But
I
even if you
usually-
don't know the person, don't you just like conjure a voice in your head when you're reading an email?
Generally,
Oh, I've
it's
got
a-
voices in my head, but not from email.
Yeah, generally, whenever I read an email, it sounds a little bit like, "Eat suck. I will not destroy you. Just give me some access."
Well, that's what mine sound like when I read them out loud, but not in my head.
Looks like it's.
Oh, apparently just me.
23, is that right? The August 23rd, 2020.
Yeah. How does she look,
Yeah,
David?
got some different dates here. Maybe you can help us out when this was.
Like Lilith Crane
So
from
at top
Cheers.
here, this is a recap.
She
from
looked
the forensic
similar to
report.
Farrell in my mind.
This text string
Thanks.
started
Yeah.
on 8/23.
Like the
but,
Lilith.
These messages
Sure.
here start on 8/28.
Just like friendly, but like deep down underneath, you know, she doesn't want to be emailing me. So Farrell popped into my mind. That's all.
All right.
Okay.
True.
Like, I've got to email this
We
guy
just kind of
again.
went with
Great.
126, which was your other. And actually, I put
Needy.
that
What does he want?
leading up
He's such a nice
27th,
guy.
28th, 29th
Great.
of August, conversations going between Mr. Fox and Mr. Molitor.
This is a conversation between Fox and Molitor.
So basically, it's about the same time as
Oh,
the
Volstrom's with
other
me.
exhibit I just
Hey,
referenced. That both of us, both sides have put in, which had discussions about going to Big Rapids, et cetera, and scoping out hotels, that sort of thing.
Well, I'm just looking at this here, and this date is 8/28/2020.
Okay. Can you, so you've
Oh, you pinned the wrong
identified
comment,
Fox
Shizzy.
as on one side, the owner, would that be
Really?
Greg Molitor?
The wrong link.
Correct.
Okay, can you read
Pretty sure I didn't.
the basics?
So Adam
There's the
Fox
right link. I
stated,
just put it in
"You
the
will
chat."
Go tomorrow. Eric Molitor stated, "I'm in. You said there were going to be you and some other dudes all in the same vehicle." Adam Fox replied, "Yeah. So we're going to start in Lansing and go to TC area."
Could you continue to the next page?
Sure.
Jamie.
Eric Molitor. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Stop here. Adam Fox stated, "If you want to go to Lansing, you can meet me here at my back store at 08:45 tomorrow." Eric Molitor stated, "Starting in Lansing, what is the plan? I already do area sweeps at certain locations as well as a local group of patrols. If there is something specific you're looking for, let me know and I can have many eyes scanning."
Oh, I know what.
Adam Fox
Oh,
replied,
that
"We're doing
solves so
recon
much.
for
Thank you,
possible
Lesko.
future
That
activity.
solved a question of
Hit
mine.
wire."
All of the questions.
So that was the discussion from both sides, but Mr. Molitor obviously is talking about.
Think of how impressive that is that I'm a lawyer now and I read and write for a living. Look at what I had to overcome.
Local group with patrols again, isn't he?
5th grade.
Yes.
Yes. there's very local patrol.
Everyone's 10 for
Various sweeps.
twice,
What does
right?
that mean?
Fifth grade's really hard for everyone.
Yes.
I think it's like a security type sleep. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I'm
Okay.
I'm
sorry.
just lucky
You
I
don't
can
wanna
get out of a
speculate.
locked car.
Okay. That would be consistent though with the civil defense work you did in security, at least the civil defense force with many eyes and that sort of thing, wouldn't it?
The civil defense force, that's the militia, correct? Not the security?
His civil defense team that he had started in the Cadillac area.
Cadillac's an awesome city,
I
by the
don't
way. If you guys
know
get to Michigan,
what
you
the
should
task
visit it.
of the civil defense force or team is.
You want us to go to all these places.
Okay.
Named
Well,
after
you have
cars.
everyone like sleeping in shacks and pooping in holes. Where are you taking them next summer?
It's gonna be fun,
Okay, all right. Well, each to their own, I say.
and we don't have to wait forever for you to get 1 million subs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
50,000
pooping in
subs.
holes?
We have party time on Mackinac Island. We can go visit the governor's cottage there.
Oh, will we?
No subs,
you
and
could probably
we
rent
get a
it
party
out
next
for a-
summer.
You probably rent it out for a day.
I probably could. Oh, if I can, we're definitely doing that. When I get to 50,000 subs, I said we're going to throw it like a meetup party on Mackinac Island. If I can rent out the freaking governor's mansion, we're doing it.
Yours, Wolfie.
All right. Well, let's do it, guys, because I want to see this
I have
happen.
it here.
And that's one of your days, it's for the daytime.
And I've
surveillance,
never
a
been to
little summary of
Mackinac
the
Island.
bubbles.
Yay me.
I'm going to
Yes,
Dollywood.
It's I call it the daytime.
Oh, yeah, we're meeting up in
surveillance
Dollywood.
Timeline.
He's
Okay,
a-
we may have talked about this, so I'd like to talk a little more. Fox.
Has the expert ever left Tennessee? Guys, throw your thoughts in the chat there. Has
Yeah,
he
I used
ever
to
left
live
the
in
state of
Washington
Tennessee?
and used to live in Florida.
Damn it, you
I've
ruined it,
lived on two
man.
coasts.
You're going, Lefty.
Search his address.
I heard you organized it.
Okay, I see it.
He's in the car at that time. is he
Yeah,
not?
you and Dave have been wanting to do
In
this
truck.
for all time.
By he, Adam Fox, just Dan, and Eric Molitor are in Dan's truck on number 4.
And we talked, I think yesterday about.
We're talking about
extracting
Fed Dan.
all the phone information from Adam Fox.
Oh, I like
Right.
pictures.
Yes.
I think in prior
Yeah,
testimony.
it's pretty.
When you were discussing
They
photos.
got
By the
blue
way,
light on
expert,
there.
There's
At this
no
time,
there's
in the
no
car.
evidence whatsoever to establish the facts behind this wonderful little diagram. They just put it up and said this is what happened, but no evidence to support it.
Right?
So like when it's like Fox calls fix or whatever, like there's
Yeah.
no call, there's no recorded call, there's nothing.
No. They
No,
threw
that
all
would,
this
that
stuff
would be
up.
that would be an unidentified person. Whenever you see unidentified person, that usually means it was a federal agent.
Yeah. Remember, 73% of this group are federal agents.
Let me just toss this real quick. So if this is happening to these dudes, how many other people do you think this happened to that didn't
Lots
So
of them.
get
many.
coverage?
Mhm.
So many.
Never. Federal government would never do something like that. They're so nice and kind.
All right,
They're-
Baker.
They have your interest at heart. They're here to save
Yeah.
the populace from
Been hanging out with
evil-
Baker too much.
mean ponytails and people with hair.
Yeah, right?
What-
They're doing the Lord's work, expert.
How's that Warren Commission report doing?
Yeah, the Warren Commission. That it was headed up by the guy who perpetrated the assassination. That one.
Yeah, wasn't that finished like 60 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Prior testimony and yesterday.
Well, not yesterday.
You should hike in
prior testimony,
Vertucky.
But I'll leave it to your.
If you ever make it
memory.
across the pond.
Do you recall Adam looking up photos
I've broken down in Kentucky plenty of times.
on
No. Vertucky. Vertucky. It's where Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia all meet. The Appalachian Trail is up through there. It's an awesome place to go hike. I call it Vertucky. I don't know what it's actually called. Hey, 49 super chat from Brandon.
And if you go there, you might run into some of my relatives. That's a scary thought.
Wait, you're talking about the
It happens to every dude who has weak grip strength and grabs the jail soap bar. What does?
Well, jails, they started using powdered soap. So you don't
Ever
have to
use
worry
that
about
powdered
that.
soap?
Yeah, it takes longer to pick up.
I heard live audio
Yeah,
as I was monitoring the surveillance, and I heard references from Adam Fox looking at his phone.
right. You indicated he was,
I heard a reference to Zillow.
okay. So it's, and did you do it? And I think you said you did do an extraction. But it
Said
didn't
she
show
had
on the
great
tape. Did you do a
pillows.
Phone extraction
Jeez,
for
man,
Adam
you're
Fox's phone.
Yes, sir.
And what did it show for that search that he's doing right there?
I wasn't able to find anything.
Okay, you did an extraction
Okay.
on my client's phone, right?
Yes, sir.
And that, you're aware he found nothing. I mean, you found records that he was going back and forth and looking at addresses, right? Or at least cabin, Whitmer, cottage, that kind of thing.
So I know the searches your client performed, but I can't tell you what he found when he did those searches.
Okay, you didn't plug in those
Hey, Jung.
catchwords to see what comes up.
No.
It's true that he didn't find anything as
Hey,
far as
Jess.
an address or location of the Elk Rapids cottage residence, correct?
I
Thank you
can't
very
tell
much.
what he found on his phone from his searches when he did the search.
Well, you listened to the audio and he didn't say, hey, here's.
Jung, I just want to make it a point. Careful with these self-defense classes because the feds might be coming after you. Let's see. Oh, the Cumberland Gap. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, careful because, it's borderlining what these guys have been doing. So, just be careful. You might go on a list.
Here's the address, right?
He made reference to looking at material at the Mackinac Island address. And then there was discussion back and forth as to which location they're going to
Okay.
and which location they'd be looking at.
All right. So it's true that he didn't find the address or provide any direction there.
I can't tell you what he saw when he looked at the phone.
I'm saying what he provided to
But
Adam,
you
was
never-
not looking at his phone.
He was
He didn't
looking at
provide anything to Adam
Pornhub.
to help, did he?
Well, he was involved in the discussion with Adam Fox and CHS Dan about where they were going, where they should look, and they were, I would say, all the members of the vehicle were actively contributing to the task at hand.
I'm asking about the phone search and whether that provided any assistance at all in finding this place in Elk Rapids.
I don't know what results came on his phone from the phone search, so I don't know how that helped.
Okay. Exhibit number 132.
Jess, if you pop into my chat, I'll
That
make
is-
you
it
a
looks
mod.
like Adam's phone. It looks like he's got an oath on there. Is that right?
That's right, Jung.
Okay, has that not been admitted?
She's all jazzed up.
She's like, I'm a changed person. That's great. Yeah. Come over to the good guys.
All right. I would move for the admission of this exhibit, and it would be O.
So this is proposed, defendant monitors proposed exhibits O and Oscar.
Yes.
The court will need some testimony in order to determine.
Welcome to mod level, Jess.
Are you able to look at this exhibit and indicate what this is? Agent,
Yes.
what is this back and forth going on here?
These are
she took
photographs
Valhalla's way.
of text messages. Yes,
I just
text
got
messages.
I just got modded in Waifu Kram's channel today. I'm very excited about it. I'm
You
going to
should
try to
be.
start collecting more wrenches than Valhalla, but he doesn't know how many he has, so it's kind of a blind target.
Hey, did
Between
you
Adam
lose?
Fox-
I don't mean to interrupt you, but did anybody lose wrenches? Because that happened to Ozzy Overlord. Like he lost there was an update last week on YouTube, and like all of his mods were yeeted or something.
I don't know. I know Jamie lost hers for a moment, but that was me.
I have seen that happen
That's
before,
so
where YouTube does some weird funky thing and it like wipes all of your mods completely out, and you have to go back and add them all in. And sometimes it'll just do it on its own. It'll wipe it all out, and then a couple of days later, it'll add them back in.
Oh, good. So I
I've
don't
seen
need to
that.
worry
That's
about
weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. It's like one of those dreams that you're never going to obtain, but you kind of shoot for the stars. Yeah, I'm probably never going to outwrench him, but
And Sean
it's
Fix.
a good goal to have. Keeps you moving.
Okay. Did you do an extraction on Fix's phone?
Yes.
Is that where these came from, or are these screenshots?
These came from Adam Fox's phone.
Were they screenshots?
These are photographs taken by an agent looking on Adam Fox's phone as he's scrolling down.
Okay. Pictures of what's on the screen.
I think you do that to yourself,
Are there
Brandon.
things missing in these as well? There's other pictures that were sent.
Oh, you still got one on mine.
You know?
I guess we'd have to do an individual line by line scrolling just to check on that for you, Counselor.
Okay. And what's on the first page here? I move for the admission of proposed defendant Molitor's proposed exhibit poll.
Agent, as far as you were aware,
Don't forget to give that thumbs up, folks. And Shizzy's, give them some watch hours, subscribe.
Yeah. Show the love. I show it back.
He
Tenfold.
does. Shizzy's
I've
a
got the
good.
pictures to prove that he'll show it back.
Mhm.
Hey, Irish.
I believe you.
Shh, those are only between you and me, expert.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
That's not what he told me.
So what's on the first page here?
Right?
Agent?
He was forwarding those.
Yeah, and me and Pharaoh got him. What are you talking about?
Oh, more
That's
text
nice.
messages that mean nothing.
Has two pictures of the phone screen.
Focus, camera,
So
focus.
the text is Sean Fix. That's Sean Fix's handle.
Okay.
And the blue bubbles are Adam Fox. And then these bubbles are Sean Fix.
Okay, so Adam Fox and this Sean guy, none of them are defendants.
And they're
Cool.
having a
So this is Adam
conversation.
Fox.
Yeah, they're having a conversation. That's great. They're not the defendants in this case.
What does that have to do with the defendants?
Oh, the judge
And
is going to tell us.
it is almost constantly that they do this throughout the whole case. It is so frustrating where you're just like, come on, just try to tie up these loose ends where these guys are having a conversation, not some random guy. It's
And Sean Fix going back and forth.
Yes.
And looks like Adam Fox asked for an oath, please, from the second in command, Sean Fix.
Yes.
Your Honor, we can't see that from here. I don't know if you can hold that up. We can do the line. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Bring it.
So you're able to see what they're looking at by looking at that.
We can't, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Agent, do you know if the oath was provided to my client, Mr. Molitor, on either the ride up or the ride back?
I don't know.
Do you know, the police report
Hey,
indicated
salty
he
dog.
was sworn in. Was he sworn in either on the ride up or the way back to Adams?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
You know why the report would say that?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure which report you're talking about.
Okay, so did Eric swear into and become a member, or did he decline?
I don't know.
You haven't listened to this tape, of a 5-hour tape,
I have.
to determine that part?
I have.
And this is similar maybe to the other issue, you don't remember it? Or
No, I certainly tried to listen for this. I noted that there was discussion about him swearing in, and the oath was sent to Adam Fox to swear in Eric Molitor. I didn't hear it on the tape, but there's times when the windows are open and it's hard to hear. So I certainly did not hear any reference to him taking the oath.
How about not taking the oath and telling him that he's not interested at this time?
I didn't hear that either. I'm not saying it didn't occur. If there's an audio clip that says that, I stand by the audio clip. I didn't recall hearing that during the live monitoring or my review.
You don't recall either way.
That's correct.
Okay. And basically, the rest of this is Mr. Fix helping Mr. Fox locate the place and or confirming they found the address.
Yeah, so this is a discussion using coded language about the 3 different attack locations. So the previous, so this 2 right here, that's again a reference to location number 2, which is the coded language for the Birch Lake governor's residence.
It's always coded
Location
languages
1
that
is
he happens to
Lansing,
know,
Location 2 is Birch Lake. Location 3 is Mackinac.
but no underlying facts to establish it. He doesn't ever say how he knows. He
Mr.
just says he
Fix
knows.
also called in, did he not? Or there was a phone call between Fox and Fix?
There was a phone call, but I don't believe Mr. Fix answered. And then Adam Fox texted with him during the call, or during the ride, excuse me, to get a description of the location.
Okay, not an address, but basically a general vicinity.
Correct.
Danielle, are you on Discord? I feel like you messaged me there before.
Yeah, she's on Discord.
I can't find her.
Is she
Okay.
our Discord? Is she
I'm
a
just
member?
friends with her. Oh, there she is.
Mr. Fix was helpful to Mr. Fox to find the location.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, number 133, T, I guess it is. Isn't it true that this discussion happened just after the audio that we played yesterday? When
Real quick, I just want to answer this. I believe they were federal charges, right? That they pled out on, or were they state charges? I can't remember. If
I
they were
believe
state
they were.
charges, it's possible under a new law that passed in Michigan a couple of years ago. But if they're federal charges, I don't think so. I think they're kind of stuck with it.
I think they pled out on federal charges. I could be wrong on that though.
Yeah, so they're screwed. They're screwed. They're the dumb ones. This is like some of those Jan 6 guys, you know, that pled out and then everyone was getting acquitted after everyone else pled out.
Adam
Oh,
and Dan
geez,
went to
yeah.
Eric's
Did you hear? Yeah. That was just bad.
Did they ever
house,
catch Grandma?
knocked on the door.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Was there a
that would have
grandma?
been Eric. There was a grandma in there, and she was just smiling and just like, "How's it going?"
Yeah. They're still tracking people down.
Well, I heard they finally got FedEps,
Did they?
and yeah, they got.
Yeah. Yep. They did, and he pled guilty to disorderly conduct, which is essentially a slap on the wrist
And
charge.
so that way he can sue the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm. I guess I don't know, but no, they can't.
He might
was
go
convicted.
after Alex Jones. He might
Maybe.
go after Alex Jones.
Maybe, but he can't sue the feds because he pled guilty. He was convicted. The only way he could sue would be if he was acquitted. Yep, he pled guilty to a slap on the wrist charge, probably to avoid the lawsuit.
Or said hello to his mother, and he came out and he, on the way out and or as they're outside, showed his RF device to both Dan and Adam.
Yes.
So as far as time goes, those two are back to back, are they not? The tape and then this.
That's what they
this one
pled
right
guilty
here.
to.
Yes.
So when he showed the RF device at that point, he was not aware of any crazy comments from Adam, at least on that day that you're aware of.
I'm sorry, I don't really know what crazy comments means.
Well, blow up the boat.
Well, anything that comes out of your mouth, how's that?
That'd be one
Crazy
for starters.
Yeah,
I
so
think he was probably sleeping.
Blow up the boat. That would be one for starters.
the blow up
Yeah,
the
I
boat
would
discussion
sleep.
happened after the RF detector
Thank you.
was offered.
Give him another hour and he'll be up.
Yeah, I sent him a link.
Did
He's
you
got
get
a link.
anything else on the
I'll
phone
see it.
extraction from Adam? Different dates than the 29th of August.
Yes.
Do you know why that wasn't on there?
Why, what wasn't on there?
Any information on an extraction from August 29th?
So there was information on the extraction from August 29th. A few of the other exhibits were pins in Apple Maps where Adam Fox pinned the boat launch. I was able to find those during this surveillance on Adam Fox's phone, as well as the videos you played. Those were all from Adam Fox's phone from the 29th.
How about the information that he was looking at or searching at the tavern? What activities do you have or proof of his activity?
By the way, expert, I just had Friday. Is it weird that I got super nervous when I found out your buddy that you brought on stream was a police officer? I was like, oh man,
you tell me.
no, I want to be stream. I don't want to be on a stream with a cop.
You
Nice.
tell me.
Not even. That
Why
guy
would
is
you be? Why
so
would you be
much fun.
nervous?
Huh? Because he's a cop, man. I don't trust cops. Not even
Well,
in
that's okay.
chats
That's
on-
okay. I had to teach him. I had to teach him how strip clubs work. So
Come
we're
on.
all right.
That's
Right?
not
He was,
how you're
that
supposed to
location.
do it. You're not
I don't
supposed to send him in there and say, take it all off.
Yeah, he's the reverse.
Any, with the exception of the audio recording where he's saying words like Zillow and house layout and things like that.
Okay, so, all right,
I just don't trust him. Something,
137,
He doesn't either.
they're sneaky.
your
Yeah.
exhibit regarding Mr. Fox exclaiming, that's it, that is it.
It was a sting
That's
operation.
it, that's effing it, right?
Yes, sir.
Does that sound like, to you like the first time he's seen that place, so, or
Well, Hollis is
He's,
not a cop.
You look
he
like a cop.
recognizes it? If he-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Does it look like it's the first time you've seen that, or is it the
Yeah.
first time? Or does he have prior notice from that statement, if you're able to speculate?
All I know from that statement is he sounds really excited when he identifies the house.
Okay,
What is that sound?
Well, yeah. What is going
It's-
on?
Yeah, it was yesterday's stream too, or earlier today. I can't remember, but I don't know what it is. It's something in the background. I think it's like nervous ticking on the metal water bottle. Is what I've determined that it
Yeah.
is. Someone's doing that in the background. It's so annoying.
I think it's a judge.
I don't know.
Maybe they have a leak.
There's something like water dripping. I remember that.
you admit that they
annoying.
were having a discussion about the legality at the tavern to bringing in weapons? And there was a discussion and an ultimate conclusion to leave them outside?
That sounds fair.
Thank you. Once they got inside, you have a picture of Adam, it looks like 143. Who provided Adam? Well, Dan provided Adam pen and paper there, didn't he?
I don't know where the pen came from. Ultimately, Dan had a notebook in his car, and that is Dan's notebook. I don't know who had the pen.
He told him to write a map, did he not?
Not that I could hear.
Your investigation didn't tell you
It's
that
the
he
BS meter going off.
asked Adam to draw a map?
There
or
he
directed him
is.
to?
Baker.
If there's specific audio you're referring to, I defer to the audio, but my recollection from the live monitoring was that Eric Molitor, Adam Fox, and CHS Dan were sitting around the table. I could hear a reference to Zillow. I could hear a reference to room layouts, and I could hear discussion about first responders. And I don't know who or how the paper went or how Adam Fox grabbed the map or grabbed the notepad and started drawing.
Okay, so that was further proof that Adam Fox was already aware of the Elk Rapids Police
It's
Department.
grown like 2
With
inches.
first responders.
I know since we started.
Conversation.
They discussed first responders at the table.
Okay, you keep saying.
It's
Dan,
like
I'm just
Pinocchio,
wondering,
except on his
Isn't it
head.
true that Eric did not involve himself in that discussion whatsoever while at the diner? I'll say diner, tavern.
So Eric Molitor was sitting at the table with Adam Fox and CHS Dan, and then during the conversation, I would hear all of them talking. I'm not attributing like a specific statement. He said this or that. They were just all present, dining and talking together.
Isn't it true? Eric didn't talk about what just happened before. which was driving by the cottage, the things that he observed.
I think my recollection from the live monitoring is that the discussion at the table was initially to talk about the surveillance they just did, but then there was discussion about being quiet and kind of keeping it down so the other patrons don't talk. And then I heard further references later. They quieted down for a bit, and then I heard further references later to like Zillow and what appeared to be somebody looking at their phone.
They're looking at pictures then.
I can't tell you what they're looking at, but pictures is a fair assessment.
What?
You
He
certainly could
doesn't
bring up
know. He
pictures
wasn't
your
in the
phone.
car.
Thank you. And Mr. Molitor's
He
voice
knows
was
none
not
of this.
heard in any of this
I look at
discussion
people's
about the
houses
map
all the
of
time on
of
Zillow.
first
I like it.
responders.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't have specific statements prepared or audio for this, but any audio of the event, I'd be willing to stand on the audio as to who said what.
Okay, you don't have it where it's showing up here. Eric Molitor said this at the tavern
I didn't,
with the box around it, that sort of
correct, I
thing.
didn't select an exhibit for that.
All right, the map on 144, please.
I have flashlights lying
This has been
everywhere.
brought up before.
And like
but
in every
clearly,
vehicle, multiples of
you
them,
know,
always
perhaps
on my
PG,
person.
3 miles.
No, you do
I say
not.
3,
Wait,
you said 2.
What's that?
You
But I-
can't have, if you're a flashaholic, then there's way too many similarities between us. Like we were set up on like some dating profile or something. This is too weird.
Every once in a while, I'll just go on to Amazon and order more flashlights just to have.
Oh
them.
my gosh, dude. Oh,
It looks like Hank is watching you talk, expert.
I know.
It just totally looks like he's looking at you.
Staring
Like,
right at you.
like,
Well,
like
I'm-
what,
I'm
what are you
giving him-
saying?
I'm giving him language.
Give it to him. Give it
You
to
know?
him. He's
Tell him what to
looking
say
up-
next. We knew you were fed.
Well, I need to get
2
some.
points.
Oh shit.
said
was that?
I said I need some flashlights because my power went out one time and I was like so screwed.
Oh, see, I've got like 3 stream lights scattered throughout the house. So no matter
Yeah, I
what
guess.
room I'm in, if the lights go out,
Yeah.
it's sitting on the charger. I just pick it up and I've got mounts for them. I can set them up however I want. I've got like 3 different LED, like high powered LED flashlights that are like in multiple drawers throughout the house. So no matter what room the power goes out in, I'm good to go.
He's digging them out
Dude,
right
I have
now.
so many flashlights and I can't find them.
He's-
I can hear you digging around over there.
Oh yeah, we got like a whole box right here of them. Look.
He's using a
Yes.
flashlight to find his flashlights, guys.
Yeah, I really am. This is like just 4.
I
Oh my
have got
God.
an awesome
Wow.
little stream light for my motorcycle key that hangs off
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. So if I ever need to like find the keyhole,
I gotta be cool.
just
Like
came
you.
out wrong.
Can
Just
never
came
have
out
too
wrong.
many flashlights or ammo. I agree. 100%.
Apparently, I need to work on that. I had
Yeah.
like a
Look at that.
candle, like a little house on the prairie going
Oh
down.
my god, Jamie, we need to work on you. I'm gonna give you a list
Candle?
of things to buy and just keep around the house.
I know.
Ooh, my Amazon order of handcuffs are on the way.
Handcuffs.
Yeah, I ordered the zip strip handcuffs because they were talking about them in trial. Like, oh, they have these zip strip handcuffs.
what?
That means that they're planning on kidnapping somebody. I'm like, I use those all the time, so I ordered some
Yeah.
from Amazon. They're like $10.
Oh my god, Dave.
Wait, what do you use them for?
I know. What are you using
Never
it for?
mind, don't answer that.
That's private,
Well,
Carol. That's
That's for the chickens.
yes, it's for
Only
the
for the
definitely for the chickens.
For the
Have you-
dumpster. neighbors.
Oh my
If
god.
you put if you strap one to each leg, it is hilarious to watch them run around with each other. It's like a 2-legged race. Oh,
A
so
three-legged
much
chicken race.
fun.
I have
Yes.
6 of them. We could make this a competition.
That would be
Oh,
awesome.
Oh my
Might be
god.
my next
Why?
video I upload.
You're so
Kinky
terrible.
zip time. Yes.
Just
No
don't
fuzzy
try
handcuffs.
don't try to cut them off. They're little peckers.
Okay, so the thing is I normally have, if you were to ask
You're
me,
muted, expert. You're muted.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say, if you were to ask me about all of my pocket knives and all that stuff just a few months ago or a few weeks ago, I would have them all. But I've just recently moved and haven't moved all of my stuff. I've got like 3 hammers around me though.
No, I
I've
know
got a
what
hammer
I know
over here.
exactly what you need on that back wall. You need a tomahawk.
Who is this?
Like
Wait.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
a- like a really good tomahawk.
I
hanging
do
on
have
that back
this.
wall.
There you go.
No, I
My
mean
katana.
you got your katana, but you need a tomahawk back there.
What's the
that-
Jesus, David.
what's that
What?
show just
Gosh.
came out on
Mine's
What's your
large and
Jamie?
black.
Amazon? That's Chris Pratt.
I don't know.
Well, he like it's based on like a novel or something. Anyway, like the tomahawk he has in that thing. That's it's expensive, but it's awesome.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I do need a tomahawk. That's actually
See,
not a
I've
bad
got my
idea.
large black one.
See, he's got his katana. Oh, Jamie left us. She's too scared now. I don't know what happened. There you are.
Large.
He's over here next to me.
Right?
Hi, babe.
We're making an expert sandwich.
Yeah, baby.
Wait,
Well,
hang
Let's
on.
all get in real close.
Freaking swords
Large
and
and
tomahawk.
There we go. Wait, no.
Aww.
Hey.
Oh, the terminal list. Thank you, Volstorm. Yeah, the terminal
Yes.
list.
Oh,
Yeah, look
that's
at the
such a good
tomahawk
one.
it has in the terminal list.
LOL, David. Let's see. You can trust anyone with this. Yeah. I don't know if I ever said the story. So I ordered something. I ordered like shipping labels or something stupid, something that was supposed to be like paper.
And you got a katana?
I got a
That's
katana,
awesome.
and I was like, "Well, I'm not returning that. I'm just going to order more my like sticker labels or
Labels.
whatever the hell I was
It's a
getting."
letter
Yeah,
opener.
yeah, this is a
Like-
letter opener. Exactly what it was.
Do you like set up like watermelons and use it or anything?
Yeah, that's how it got bent because I let the kids use it.
You did not.
Yeah, so I let the kids use it. We got like a bunch of watermelons, and then I put it on a stump. And if you look at it, it's kind of bent at the end because they hit the stump and bent it out of hell.
He bent the tip.
Yeah, bent the tip. It's okay. It's for her pleasure.
Exactly.
Oh,
Minutes
Jesus.
away. Is that what that is, sideways?
Yeah, so you're talking about right here,
Yeah,
whether this is a 3 or a 2.
Yep.
I'd say is up for debate.
okay.
This, I believe, is a 2. This is a 0.5, and this is minutes.
All righty. And the other one looks like everything else 20 minutes or 20 miles away?
I just keep
This
picturing
says
him doing this.
everything
I got
else
this one over.
20 plus miles away.
Thank you.
Ooh, a laser
And this
pointer.
was before any discussion happened in the car about the same type of topic, right? That happened afterwards.
What are these crappy hand drawings?
You have to refer back to the other exhibits.
It's Broken Baker.
I know
Yeah.
there is a discussion later about
better than
police
that.
departments. I know they were discussing police departments here.
Okay.
It's sideways. I can't see it. Did they sign their names to it like founding fathers? What are they doing?
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you sign your name to a picture that you draw?
Yeah, right. I do. Yeah, that was the master plan.
Yeah, I do.
The master plan on a napkin. That way you could eat it really fast.
This is copyright claimed by Baker.
Did you see
So I just reviewed the other audio clips before lunch. In our transcripts here, I don't see any other references to police departments.
Okay. So if Eric talked about police departments, Grand Rapids, anything like,
Hey, Danielle, welcome.
Hello.
Oh, good to see
at you, broke out the
Danielle.
shade.
Come in with
I
the
where's everybody's glasses at?
I don't. Now I'm even more
Perfect.
left.
I got you.
I got you, Danielle.
Thank you,
Is that
Shizzy.
better?
I
So
was
this is
having
a
a hard time-
momentous stream because we have Farrell for the first time and Danielle, I think, for the first time on making law simple. Welcome, welcome.
See,
Yeah,
what we're doing is
making it, yeah.
we're skipping over. You have no sunglasses, sunglasses, no sunglasses, sunglasses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got- yeah,
Boy,
we're in the
girl,
right
boy,
we
order.
girl,
go.
boy, girl.
There we go.
There we go. Thanks for
Hey,
having me,
Danielle.
David.
Yeah, no problem. Have you been watching this trial much?
No,
No?
not really.
It's
Oh.
all kinds of BS. It's just all
Yes.
kinds of BS. It's story time with Hank and Paula. That's what we have going on right now. It's just story time.
Right.
Nothing to back it up. But the judge is allowing it because we collectively, the prosecutor and the judge, are looking to establish a culture, and then we'll tie the defendants into this case. That's what the judge said. We're doing this.
Nice.
Hank,
Okay.
That
Hank
happened
looks like a
last
really
week.
fun guy. Like he plays
Lunch,
at the
we'll call
McDonald's Playhouse
Well, there's
His mom loves him.
with the little
Didn't happen
balls.
before.
He just dives into them and just like,
Is what you're saying. Looking
I'm
at
trying to
the-
recall all the audio clips that we didn't select, and I don't remember specifics about a police department prior to lunch.
Okay, that's consistent with the proffer that Ty Garvin did, that Adam Fox back in July that summer knew about the police
Oh, Jamie
departments and where they
disappeared.
were and why this was a good location.
Her parents came back over. I don't know.
Ty Garvin wasn't involved in this.
I understand.
Hi, Jamie.
I'm not tracking.
Welcome back.
As part of his proffer, he indicated that
There you
Adam
go.
had
We
already
gotta get you in the right
selected this
order again.
because of the lack of responders and that
Her
sort of
parents
thing.
are
It was a
home.
good
She had to go
location.
hide this.
I think he generally described
Boone's
how,
Farm.
as they reviewed the
Had to
three
hide the
locations, so they
flashlight.
had the coded language for location 1, location 2, location 3. What he did is he described how location 2 stood out
Yep.
to the group because of the lack of police response in a remote location.
Okay,
So
Hates me.
that's his reference in his
He's a
proffer.
fan of
let's
me.
go to 151, please.
It's because she left him for Baker.
Mhm,
He went on
definitely.
vacation for
Actually,
2
two
years.
pages, but on the front page, it looks like
Had to find something to do.
I have it.
Right.
near the bottom.
Baker was a good choice.
Yeah,
Well, let's start
Jamie
with
needs
the
a
top.
man entertainer
Walter
at all
says-
times.
I do.
Wait,
There's
Jamie
some
did
discussion
Baker?
about, it looks like,
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
she needs at least
Multiple
5 guys.
times.
going by again.
At least 5
Mr.
guys.
Molitor indicates, yeah, because we can't do that again. Number one, correct? Up near the third line, third speaker down.
Okay, yep, I see that there.
Then- Thank you. And now closer to the bottom, so we'll be getting the F out of here.
Look, he turned. Now he's still looking at
Paraphrasing.
expert.
It's like a cat
Yeah, he's
looking at a
li-
laser pointer.
He is looking at expert. Looks
Yeah.
like he's right
See this
there.
laser
I see
pointer?
All
him.
right,
I
and
see him.
somebody on the second
Yeah,
page
back
indicating, don't dare drive by that again, and he says F no. Paraphrasing.
Expert.
The Adam Fox's statement, I believe that's what you're
You're
referring
being
to there.
tracked.
Above.
Oh, who
All night.
knows, Young?
I'm sorry, what?
All night long.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
just like a real man.
Did I properly describe his statements on that page?
These are his statements. I wasn't sure what you were describing. These are the statements right here. You can
Okay,
see.
indicates he wants to get out of there, doesn't it?
Yes, they, I think.
Oh, he wants to
Adam
get out
Fox,
of the
Eric
situation.
Molitor and CHS Dan are in agreement that they've beat up the neighborhood. They shouldn't go by it again.
Well, let's go to 153.
Yes. Yes, the glasses, no glasses is binary for Boogaloo. Exactly. If Hearsay Hank was talking about it, it would
Looks to
be.
be a photo of Adam Fox on the beach by the boat launch.
Yes, sir.
And Derek's not in that photo.
That's correct.
Where is he? Were you surveilling to know where he was at that time?
I was on surveillance. I was on loose surveillance, so I was about quarter mile, half mile back.
So you weren't
So I
there.
didn't have
Yeah.
eyes on, as we call it.
I
so
bet he
couldn't
was
see
loose
where Eric
on
was.
surveillance.
He was a Lucy.
154, next page.
Were you stalking the victim? No, I was on
Photo
loose
as well?
surveillance.
No,
I'm using
You
that.
don't know where he was.
I'm using that. I'm still using
On
that.
either of his
Right?
photos.
I
Same.
did not know where he
My
was.
client was not
Could have been back
stalking
at
her.
the
He
truck
was on
waiting.
loose
And 80
surveillance.
feet away from Adam and Dan.
I don't know where he was.
Loose surveillance.
Exhibit
didn't come up.
155 indicates some boats sitting out there, like a pontoon boat or two.
Yes.
Boat.
Ooh, Jamie got excited.
I
And
love
that's- You're showing that because there's some plan to come from the
He's
lake
looking
side,
at
is that
expert
right?
again, just like he's right there.
Yes, so Adam Fox talked about after the daytime recon, he liked this location and he liked the ability to attack from the daytime or from the lake side. And then there was discussion about stealing boats. So they would have unmarked
You're
boats.
gonna
that they
distract
could bring
him.
in after the attack.
Okay. And the likelihood of Keys being in those pontoon boats and those boats operating as a getaway would be pretty low, wouldn't it?
It needs to go like this.
I would have to really speculate to
He like
answer that
pushed off his
question.
shoulders. Yeah.
Okay,
It looks so funny. Every time he turns around.
wasn't a good plan, wasn't a realistic plan, was it?
The plan would ultimately have unlikely to have succeeded, but I'm sure people would have gotten hurt.
Had what happened?
I just asked if it was a good plan or not.
If it was a good plan.
Tried to provide my best opinion.
Thank you.
Opinions are facts now.
Yeah.
Apparently. Speculations are also facts. Assumptions, those are facts now.
Hey,
Looks like there's some hog tie comments.
Ooh,
And Adam
speculating
saying
most
you
of them.
guys.
well,
You
that's
need
only
proof that,
between
Adam
him
was-
and Hank.
Excuse me, Eric was ever present when that statement was said.
Yeah.
Is this
Okay.
the actual
Yes.
trial?
In order for this this plan to be good, we have to assume that the government could do anything good because this is 100% an FBI plan.
Yeah.
Prior,
What
They
were you
can't
asking,
even do
expert?
good. They can't even do good surveillance. What makes you think that they?
Lucia, he was a half a mile away. I was surveilling them. Oh, you lost them. You lost them. You were shopping at Walmart and you lost track of them. Just
He
Tell the
wasn't
truth.
shopping at Walmart. He was picking up his next date.
he was buying a C ring
Oh,
from
Lord.
Walmart because apparently they sell them now.
What'd you say?
His C ring.
They
Jody
do.
Arias said she went to Walmart to buy a C ring.
A
a
C
C
ring.
What's
a
this?
C
It,
ring?
it goes on your peen. Sometimes
Okay.
men
You
do.
can buy it at Walmart.
According
yeah,
to
the,
Jody
yeah.
Arias, you can, yeah.
the
She's
Trojan
a
ones.
liar.
It's called a hammer and a
Jeez.
nail.
But this guy went to the jewelry department instead.
Okay.
The jewelry department.
But is that
They're next to the
that where Jody got
prophylactics.
I don't know.
Some
Okay.
Walmarts have them behind
Point me to
keys.
an exhibit, counselor.
okay, I'm sorry, at 158.
I'm sorry, expert. You had a question and I
Oh,
forgot.
I don't remember. I
Okay.
don't have questions.
You got the C ring distracted you. All right.
How many Walmarts do you go to looking for them, expert?
oh.
I did a shorts on
you know some
the
of them block
vibrators
them
they
up.
have now. Well, it just depends.
did
I
a
mean,
short?
some of them are in the electronics department, some of them are in the pharmaceutical department, and there's all sorts of lady wands.
Oh, there's
Well,
lady
it's-
ones.
it's-
Lady one. Oh,
Now-
okay.
Now you sound like shopping at Home Depot. I swear to
Yeah.
God, last time I went
Oh,
to
it's
Home
hardware.
Depot,
Trust me, it's
I could-
hardware.
I could not figure for
It's
the
a power
life of
tool.
me why claw hammers are in the tile section, except that they need to be thrown. They did not
Oh.
appreciate me very much. They asked me to
Oh
leave.
my God, you are.
Brandon with the 499 super chat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who had an expert ring?
Someone with the right idea.
That's right.
Jesus.
You know, it's like going up against Barry
Yeah,
Bonds
here.
in a home
Yeah,
run.
my
contest.
recollection was,
Need a little juice.
That's right. That's right.
That sounds about good.
tell me if I'm wrong, that the statement might have been said before in front of the Wolverine Watchman group.
So Adam Fox has really brought up this statement many times
Okay,
throughout the duration of the investigation. Really talked about it a lot.
he said it at the Vac Shack.
Adam Fox is not on trial, correct?
Did he say said it at the Jack Shack?
The Jack
That's
Shack.
what I heard.
I can't
Yeah.
recall, but I've heard it many times out of Adam Fox's mouth.
Okay,
Oh,
next one, 159.
Miles
idea.
Jack Shacks. Oh my God.
I have it here.
You indicated under oath that this was a discussion. Looks like a one-sided paragraph, so to be more accurate. 159. That's Adam Fox.
So this is the statement of the audio transcript, and then this discussion or this statement here, I'm sorry, is made in the daytime surveillance, and it's clipped, so it's taken from
good.
the conversation in the ride. So there's statements before it, there's statements after it, and then this is one statement by Adam Fox that I thought would be pertinent.
Okay. $163.
Farrell's going to
He was-
order a dozen of each.
I am.
He's
I
be
have
careful
here.
because
Who built
because
that?
Agent Hank is looking to,
This is
tie one
the
down.
property
He's
prep
got to move out of his mom's basement one day.
in Luther. Ty Garbin,
We'd be ready for
Caleb
a treehouse.
Franks, and Dan Harris were the primary people that I was aware of who went up north to prep the Luther property.
Prep for the training that the
Oh,
FBI was
So who
conducting.
built that?
I wasn't there. All I know is that at least those 3 individuals went north. I believe other members of the Wolverine Watchmen went up. I just don't know who they are. I don't know individually who, brought in the sand, or put the tires, or constructed the,
what?
timber. I
Don't know which
those
24
details.
out of the 33 went up there.
All right, move to 166. This was the schedule of the 12th and 13th in September. It looks like a training schedule.
Yes.
I wonder if this is the
Just
same kind of
curious why
training
on
Jung was just doing.
2100. There's a adult.
That's where she really
ball
was.
game of
Yeah.
for 1 hour. Why that
She
would
private
be-
messaged me and said she was
From the
training with the
box.
Wolverines all day.
Go
This
blue.
ultimately was a reference to the kidnapping plot. This has been an ongoing joke for all the members that it's not actually kidnapping, it's adult napping.
It sounds like a threat.
So they've been referencing to that throughout the investigation.
You have that set for 1 hour at the small game.
I didn't create the itinerary. Ty Garbin made the itinerary.
It's a family event and there's family members there of all ages, right?
Of all ages?
Yeah,
Well, that's,
all ages.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay,
Well,
Oh,
what would you
there's
really?
children there,
What ages?
There were
They're
children.
children.
right?
Well, there
It's
might
a
have
family
been
event.
a couple of children there. I mean,
You know, is that a question for?
at least they were
There's
taller
children,
than he
right?
is.
I'm thinking of Billy Null Jr. and one of his friends. I believe it was
Welcome,
Tobin.
Indigo.
Were there at the and I don't know if Billy was 17 or 18. So under the law, whether he's a child or not, he's the
What?
youngest I'm aware of.
He doesn't know
No.
if 17 is considered a child under the law.
No, it's completely wrong. So
'Cause
he's
he's a
talking
perp.
about those people in that group of the people that they're researching
Right.
that were 17. There were also kids there that were like 5, 6, 7 years old. It was a family event.
Yeah. they
So
were all
whenever
camped
he
out and
says-
everything.
He says, well, 17 was the youngest that was there, and I don't know if he's a child.
Not true.
It's like he's so full of it because there were also kids there that were much younger. They weren't involved in any of it. They were just there with their parents.
Exactly.
I've never heard someone say so many wrong things, one after the other, consecutively in a row.
Right? Exactly. That's this guy.
back at it? Back at it with the sound clips.
So that's why I
missed
hesitate on that
those.
question. I just don't know if Billy Null Jr. would be considered a child.
Are you aware?
Yeah, people are fun. Can I say that? Of
anytime
course you can say
where
that.
Mr. Molitor has turned down or accepted a lieutenant position in Mr. Fox's, any of his militia groups, lieutenant position.
Yeah, you keep referencing the lieutenant. I'm just not sure where that comes from.
Okay. If I were to
Lieutenant
say it
Dan.
came on
Does he scratch his head weird?
on the ride.
Yes.
Well, he's
Oh,
trying
yeah,
not to
man.
pull out the
It's
plugs.
occurred
Yeah.
on the ride.
Lice.
Would you disagree? August 29th ride.
I would just defer to the audio recordings for the exact words that were said. If it occurred on the audio, that's why I make the recordings.
As even babies hate the Witch of Michigan.
And exit, exhibit, sorry, at 172, pictures of Barry Croft, and I think we covered this, but pop those up, please.
This, by the way, is Eric
172.
Mulder's attorney. I think he's doing a really good job. And from what I kind of gathered in prepping this, the other attorneys don't ask much of this guy on cross. The bulk of the work is done by Eric's attorney throughout. And so I got to give him props. He does really good here.
from what I understand, that he's actually, him and his wife are very close with his client, and we're
Okay.
helping out outside of this, like, just because they knew that this was just a screwy situation.
Yeah, no,
And-
he's done really good throughout the trial with exhibits, and I'm really liking his cross. He's pulling out everything that needs to be pulled out here, and I just don't think the others do much. Maybe they don't need to because he does so much work, but I don't know. I can feel the expert breathing on his scalp. Oh, he can feel it.
No, expert's just looking
Okay,
for
so
the
pass
spot
on
where
that
he
then.
can
I will,
pick that little zit and just.
they were talked about, and they were video clips.
They were, counselor. It was a different exhibit.
Okay.
I believe you're referring to exhibit 189.
All right, let's slide ahead then. To
You broke it, Jamie.
looks like basically the same thing.
Yes, sir.
That's a zoomed in picture
Jamie can't be
of a video, a stopped video. Is that right?
Yeah, so this is a screen capture that I created from a video. And
I was
then
looking at Jamie.
Let's take a
cropped
single
it on the
frame from a
side
video.
And zoomed in.
Okay. That's similar to the voice snippets that you cropped that we heard at the end of 2 days ago, right? You're the one that cropped
Haven't
those
heard
as
her
well,
yet.
didn't you?
Except the opening. She did good in the opening. It was short.
You're the one that cropped those audio clips at the end
So
of
I have
Tuesday.
other team members like Agent Chambers and Agent Harris. We'd all listen to audio, we'd break it up, and then we'd select pertinent portions, and then
Or what we wanted to hear.
we clip the pertinent portion from that audio.
Okay,
So I can't talk about those two specific ones, but generally
That's the
speaking, that's
expert,
how
like-
the process works.
Okay, you decide what's pertinent.
Me
You
and my
your group.
team,
Yep.
we
Sorry.
find things that we think may be relevant, and then we provide those to the prosecutors. Then the prosecution team sits down and we take a large number of pertinent things and we whittle it down to the exhibit.
Thank you. And this is, if that weren't cropped, what kind of scenery would be on both sides of that?
So you can see here, Eric
Now you
Muller's
just need the
back.
laser
It
show
wasn't
behind you.
cropped right here. You see the back of his head.
There you go.
And then you see the back of his raincoat. And then if I didn't crop this here, you'd see more of Barry Croft's head, and then you'd see the back of his fatigues here.
Wouldn't it show that there's a group of people and that just you've got two people out of that group right here?
So this is a video, and I believe I know what you're talking about. What happens is this video
Exactly,
pans
dude.
around the crowd, and you can see other people that are standing over here at one of the weapons manipulation stations. And you can see other people over here. So as that video goes around, you can see other things. But what I did is I stopped the video.
Yeah, it's the way he says stuff. He's like, they were deployed. This is the weapons manipulation station. And
Yeah,
all
what does that
this.
mean?
I don't know.
What's your function?
Big scary words.
Why are they manipulating weapons? Guilty.
I
It's
don't.
a conjunction function.
Guilty.
I just keep picturing Schoolhouse Rock every time he talks.
Yeah, this video that I created.
Yeah.
When they were talking, and then I took a screen capture of that.
Okay, you can
Doesn't
see
it?
how that would be a
Schoolhouse Rock.
misrepresentation or misleading
There you go.
to cut all that the rest of that out.
I'm sorry, I'm
Don't
just
get
not
rid of all
tracking.
the stuff
You
that
could have just showed the video as the
Show us in a
camera's
good
going
light.
across and show the real picture though, right?
Sure.
And that didn't happen in this instance, did it?
No, I selected an image where you could see the defendant with a weapon talking to a terrorist with a weapon.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Now they already called him out on that right there.
Oh.
They already called him out on that and said you are not to be doing that crap anymore, and he keeps doing
They
it.
didn't find her house on the second trip up, did they? The group that was
I don't see
driving
it.
around.
I don't know why that wasn't addressed, but
Oh, it does get addressed
does it? Okay.
severely during the break. Yes.
They didn't actually put eyes on the house, did they?
I would
Yes,
ask
they
for a sidebar
And
right there.
the exhibit indicates that
That's coming.
their lights, either 206.
Why don't they just bring it up in front of the jury?
Yeah.
One of the exhibits indicated that
If you bring it
Call
up
more
in front of
attention to it.
yeah, you kind of call more attention to it. You just want to say, Judge, can we do a quick sidebar? And then you address it there. Yeah. It's like a jury instruction.
All
a
the
special
lights are
jury
off
instruction.
on all the houses.
If
Doesn't
I'm
often
if I'm not mistaken, they address it at the end of the day, and
Okay.
and this agent gets chastised so hard and you can see him just turn beet red because the judge is not having any of it. He was like, "Yeah, we're not
So the
playing that."
judge actually does something good. Maybe I'll give him
Yes.
a few brownie points back because so far I've been taking them all away.
Yeah, and it's
So how
only
was it
because
that,
it's only
that was
because
my
the fence
recollection.
addressed it.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but how was it they saw the house with all the lights off and they had just gone by, presumably, her address?
Yeah, Lex, that's what I would have done.
I believe I know what you're referring to. So during one of the clips from the dash cam, the operators were discussing the observations they made of the neighborhood, and they talked about the lights being off in the neighborhood.
What's the dash cam doing in Mr. Higgins' car?
So Mr. Higgins put
Magnum
his
PI?
own dash cam into his vehicle. The FBI wasn't involved with that.
Steve
Mr.
Roberson involved?
What was that? Chizzy?
Mr. Higgins from Magnum PI.
So why can you call him a terrorist because he was charged? So it's not an issue of whether he was charged or convicted or anything like that. The issue is prejudicial over probative. That's really the analysis. It's a prejudicial over probative. Calling him that is too prejudicial because it prejudices the defendants for being associated with him when you're not responsible for the intentional wrongful acts of another. So that's the issue, and that's why he shouldn't be calling him that. So, and yes, we finally get a different witness today, day 7. I don't know if we're going to make it though, because we're not even halfway through the stream, and we've already been going 3 hours. But eventually, at the end of towards the end of day 7, we do get a new witness. Unfortunately, I think it's Secret Agent Man, so we don't get to see his face.
This is where they go silent and they mute out everything out of the court, where you don't even see the camera. All you can hear is voices. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. But I've put some stuff in my re-edit so that it's not just a panel that we're looking at.
Oh, is it a Muppet show?
No, I wish. I can't get my animation together. I tried to but I was also trying to get these edited and get them out. But no, I really wanted to do like a cartoon kind of Muppet show, and I'm just not good at animation. So
all you need is like Fozzie the Bear.
Look at Shizzy.
Yeah.
I love Fozzie.
I know.
Mhm.
And
I love animals.
Baker called it out today. He picked out one of the Muppets. What was it? Ralph the
Swedish
dog.
Chef.
Ralph
No,
the
it was
dog.
Ralph the
Ralph
dog.
the dog is awesome.
Oh, he's so cool.
Yeah.
Wesley wants me
Brian
to push
Higgins
through.
is
We're gonna
a
keep
paranoid
going.
man, and so he put his own dash cam in there, and he would regularly record his surroundings.
Okay, so he has a dash cam.
I regularly record my surroundings too.
Every time there's a police encounter, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Which coincides with not wearing pants.
Flip to the firearms found.
Hey, been there, done that.
Officer Holmes.
Welcome.
Looks like it's in the next book.
Which exhibit are you looking at, Counselor?
I don't know. You got it in your book there.
There's,
And he's grown like 3 inches since he's been on the stand. It's like a Gerber baby with a beard.
It's
If
just
you
such a
drive,
weird-
period, I think a dash cam is warranted. One that monitors your speed as well. As a former prosecutor, speeding tickets are BS.
233.
Speeding tickets are what?
If you get a dash cam that also records your speed, they're great.
Mhm.
And I said, as a former prosecutor, having the way the radars for moving radar and stuff like that are not calibrated, but the officer will always testify that they are. You can have a dash cam with your speed on it and just destroy their credibility.
That's not going to work for
I
me
need one.
unless I put a limiter on my speed, because
Well,
Yeah, it's also
that'll
going to
get
show
me-
how fast you were going.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Trust me.
That's gonna suck.
Well,
Yeah,
if you
I'll-
were
I'll-
speeding, well, I don't.
I'll take
have
the
a dash
5
cam.
mile an hour over the speed limit ticket any
Yeah,
day.
don't worry about
compared
the
to what
dash
my
cam. Worry about the
speedometer
radar
was-
detector.
what my speedometer was actually saying had nothing to do with the ticket that I'm getting. Trust
No,
me.
no. That dash cam was faulty. That's the only thing. The dash cam speed is faulty if you are actually speeding. Yes, probably every third car, Jung, has a dash cam in it these days. I don't know. I think that's a good number. Every third car seems like it.
That looks like that was admitted.
Yes, sir. I have it here.
Is that an arm brace or a shoulder brace that you were talking about?
Only my dash cam could talk.
I have.
I
I want
was
to get
calling this a stabilizer brace.
stabilizer brace.
The way
it is.
The way it works is there's a strap on the brace. So
Strap on.
when the manufacturer makes these guns, if you're disabled or if you don't have strength, you could strap the stock to your arm to help stabilize it. But it also has a butt stock on the back.
No, it
So you
doesn't.
could shoulder it on the back of the brace if you
It's
weren't
illegal to
strapping it around your arm. So
Looks
I
like
just
he
called it a
needs one.
stabilizer brace.
Okay. Can you please don't put 236 up yet? Could you peek at 236 and indicate whether that's been
100% legal.
admitted or not under your recollection?
Is it?
So that has not been
Was.
admitted.
All right.
Then the
for the
ATF, after years of
issue
saying
of
it's legal,
236,
said, "Oh
which
wait,
is going to be
the new president, we got to listen to
Defendant
say
Molitor's
it's not."
proposed exhibit P.
I hate that they made strap-ons illegal.
Somebody
Jamie, are they
sent
legal?
Somebody put a dildo on a AR-15, and
Could you
saw
identify
that.
what's in that
they
exhibit?
said this isn't a stock, and they sent it to the ATF, and they said, "Would this count as a pistol brace?" And yeah, there's pictures of it and everything. The ATF had
Yes.
to rule.
It is
They ruled on it.
hilarious. So hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button. Also, there's a link at the top of my chat over to Shizzy's dual stream with me. So you can go give him a like and subscribe and give him some watch hours. Now my daughter's calling.
Could you provide some background on this photo? What is it? What does it depict? And is it fair and accurate?
Sure. This is a photograph of gear. It was taken on October 7th, 2020, pursuant to a search warrant at Eric Molitor's residence. This is gear taken from his bedroom.
Okay. For the admission of
From his Liberty safe.
Yeah,
Defendant
they
Molitor's
took his gear from
proposed
his
exhibit
bedroom.
P.
It's like, oh, it's in his bedroom. Let's take it. And his fuzzy handcuffs. It's not a. That's not a 4 head. That's a 10 head. See, that's a 4 head. See, four
Go to
4 head.
238,
He's got
please.
a
This would be
10
Q.
head.
It's already admitted. I'm going to pass on that last one to view. I'm going to bring it back from Mr. Molitor. Thank you.
Okay.
Good to see
I
you.
have 238 here.
I tell you what, why don't we pop 236 on just so the jury can see what we had on and keep track of these. Thanks, Dan. Darno.
Have a good night this way.
Yes, and Papa.
Night.
Look, this is what he keeps in his bedroom. He's even got handcuffs. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm fine with
Those look
that.
like leg cuffs. What you doing?
Hey,
238,
sometimes
could
the
you describe
ladies
what's
just
in
need a
that?
little bit of encouragement.
Danielle, do you have leg cuffs? No.
Don't have any leg cuffs.
We can fix that.
Might have to reconsider
Yes, Your
though.
Honor.
Those things look pretty cool.
You have the exhibit in front of you, Agent.
I do.
Could you just describe what that is and if it's fair and accurate?
Sure. This is more tactical gear found in Eric Molitor's bedroom. pursuant to the
See
search
that,
warrant
ladies?
on
It's now
October
tactical gear.
7th, 2020,
Tactical gear.
and it is true and accurate.
Oh, see, handcuffs are tactical gear now. I
Would move
love
for
it.
the admission of
Unless they have
Defendant
feathers
Maltzer's
on them, right?
proposed exhibit Q.
Well, what would they call it if they had feathers on it then?
I don't know.
Ductile gear?
Tactile, yeah.
Duct.
I feel like there was an episode of some comedy cop show where like
Mr. Wilson is
they had
the
pink
defendant
handcuffs or
Maltzer's
something. I don't know.
Sounds like Reno 911 or something like that.
Vegas Rick had to get rid of his pink handcuffs. His department said it was demeaning to prisoners.
Thank you. Could you put that up, please, Mr.
It was
Crano?
demeaning to what?
Prisoners.
When you get arrested,
Yeah.
they
They
have pink
handcuff you.
handcuffs, and he was told he couldn't use them on people that are arrested anymore because it was demeaning to them. It hurt.
There's a ton of police officers, females that I know that have pink handcuffs because it matches their nails or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, but the prisoners don't like it when they get sent into general population wearing the pink cuffs.
Well, too bad. Don't commit a crime.
Yeah.
Then stop breaking the law.
Isn't that from Liar Liar?
It would draw
Yeah.
your attention to
Breaking the law, asshole.
239.
Jung's all excited for the tactical gear now.
Yeah.
I have it here.
The safe word's always pineapple juice for me.
Correct. I'm going to
Pretty
make
good.
this as a proposed exhibit.
I'll remember that.
R.
That's why you keep screaming pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Pineapple juice.
R as in Romeo. Can you explain what
Romeo,
defendant
where art thou,
Molitor's
Romeo?
proposed exhibit R depicts and whether it's fair and accurate?
Sure. So this is a photograph from the evidence response team pursuant to the search warrant at Eric Molitor's house on October 7th, 2020. This photograph depicts various weapons, parts, components for rifles and handguns. And it is fair and accurate.
Thank you. Move for the admission.
All of this stuff is legal to have.
Molitor's proposed exhibit R.
She's looking at you.
Woman.
Blow up now.
Looking at you, Danielle.
No objection.
What's he got to say to
See
you?
that?
Yeah.
She's asking about the ankle cuffs.
Do you like my fuzzy handcuffs?
Yeah.
Moving to 240, which would be the next page.
Let's see. How many of those things do I want? Oh, what happened?
It doesn't have very much up there.
No.
I mean,
Rifles
Correct.
and
I move
handcuffs.
at this point to have this admitted as defendant Molitor's proposed exhibit S.
Hey, don't fall asleep, Agent Stinky Fist.
Wow.
He's getting tired. It's sleepy. It's his nap time.
Well, you know, he's only used to working or following people 3 or 4 hours a day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sleeping
What does
in
this depict? Is it fair and accurate?
Yes. This is a photograph taken from Eric Molitor's room on October 7th, 2020, pursuant to the search warrant following the arrests. And this is a photograph of the backstrap of a Glock handgun, a rifle magazine, and then it's got 2 patches.
I move for the admission of proposed exhibit
2
S
patches.
on behalf of defendant Molitor.
No objection.
Unfortunately, Nick's not my favorite Swede, but he's second.
Who would be your favorite Swede?
My
The
wife.
Swedish chef from the Muppets.
Is your wife
Thank you.
Swedish?
Just
Yeah.
like through these, Your Honor, let's look like 241 and 2.
That's why I was in Sweden. You didn't know that?
I just keep picturing now that you said that, I'm like, hey, I understand why you don't have any axes, because you would like be just like, what do they call them? Sword maidens.
Sword maidens.
Yeah, that's what I can picture your wife being a sword maiden.
I don't know if those exist in Sweden anymore.
Ah,
Maybe
like,
Denmark.
We're both-
no, because they moved to America, you know.
Right. They're in Wisconsin
lawyers.
now.
Sounds like something you see in a Bourbon Street peep show.
Sword Maiden.
A Swedish sword maiden.
I went
Maybe
to
in Amsterdam or in Thailand.
There you go.
Admitted already.
I have.
Okay, so he has a patch
Shield maiden.
with the
Okay.
Michigan seal.
So this would
Magazine.
be defendant Molitor's proposed exhibit T
30 round magazine. Okay.
241.
None of those are illegal.
I have a patch that has my blood type on it.
Do you?
Ooh, yeah.
You know, in EU passport, they have your DNA contained within it in a sealed thing,
Hmm.
so they can test your body against your DNA in the passport, identify it, the remains.
Could you describe what you're seeing in whether it's fair and accurate?
It's creepy.
In 24.
Isn't it? It's a little creepy.
So for Exhibit T, I'm looking at a photograph of a RF detector box. This was found pursuant to a search warrant at Eric Molitor's
Yeah,
residence
he's
on
got a hard on for
October
these
7th,
RF detectors.
2020.
Yeah, I thought he said
This is
detective
the
box.
I can recognize that I performed
It's in the
research on
box.
and
It's in the
corresponds
box.
to the RF detector.
Well, it is
Move
Europe.
For its
so-
admission, Your Honor.
Defendant Molitor's T is in Tango, T.
244. Well, go ahead. Thank you. Let's go to 244.
Knows the Chinese
There's-
writing.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask that this be
Amazon for
proposed-
sure.
Molitor's proposed exhibit U.
What was that item? I'm gonna look at it.
As a GPS.
Thank you. What is that depicting? Is it fair and
All it
accurate?
was a
Hang on,
GPS.
sorry.
Yeah.
I got that on my phone.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah,
please.
but they can search your phone if you get
Is it fair and
GPS.
accurate?
It's not
What
on
does
your
that depict?
phone.
You guys know the trick
is
with
fair and
iPhones,
accurate.
by the way.
That's what?
This is not legal advice, but if you hold down the power up or the power button and the up volume for like 4 seconds, it locks your phone and no one can ever get into it unless they have your passcode.
On an iPhone?
And yeah, on your iPhone, and you cannot be compelled to give them your passcode. Just,
Yeah, that's
just
why I
saying,
don't do the
throwing it out
facial
there.
recognition.
It doesn't even.
It-
Well,
It won't.
it
even
won't.
work.
It won't even work with facial recognition at this point. I have to manually type in my passcode no matter what.
Yep.
4 seconds, holding down those two buttons. That's all you gotta do.
Also, if you hit the that side button 3 times, it calls 911.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah, I've done that accidentally. My phone's
Yeah.
going off. It's like calling 911. Yeah.
Yeah, they called me back and I'm like, hello? They're like,
Oh.
you call us? I was like,
Hello?
I'm mowing the yard, man. What are you talking about? I was like, my phone was in my pocket.
I'm lawyer in the high.
thinking
Wait,
the
wait,
volume
wait,
button.
wait. Expert, you wear pants whenever you're mowing the lawn. The ladies
Well-
are going to be so disappointed.
That's what I was afraid 911 was calling about.
They're like, this man is. Why would anyone call
And
the
this
cops
is a
about
pic-
that?
Wait, what?
I said, why would anyone call the cops about that, you prudes?
That's
People
weird,
call the cops
right?
about all kinds of stupid things.
Oh, everything. Yeah.
Picture of a rifle. It's on the floor of Eric Molitor's bedroom. It was obtained pursuant to a search warrant on October 7th, 2020.
I move for
Not
the
according to the stuff
admission
that I've been hearing.
of defendant Molitor's proposed exhibit U, which was 244. Thank you. Sorry, Your Honor.
Now I got
Looking
to
at you
punch in
now,
my
Jamie.
code.
He's looking at you. Just flash him.
You guys are all getting the attention.
Just flash him.
Back
Just
off. Back up, buddy.
Judge, you
Oh.
have that photograph that Mr. Burke had. We will try to get that done very much. And,
I could see Jamie getting out a stapler and just
photos of things first,
on the head.
the ability to check it.
I'll give him a little upper.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm done with my exhibit books, Your Honor. Now would be
Are we taking a break?
Time for
Ladies
late lunch.
and gentlemen, we'll just take our lunch break.
And I think this is where they choose them out about the calling them a terrorist.
Oh, okay.
I think this is where it's at.
All right. Mr. Simon? Thank you. Mr. Carter? No, you're okay. Thank you all. We'll see you back.
Nope. Not this time.
I know that at some point they do.
Well, I think there's not much left of this Whitmer. It's so loud when they come back from break. I don't know why.
It is.
Just like jump right into full volume.
They're all sleepy. Gotta wake them up somehow.
I want to see what his shirt says.
Oh, wait, hang on. All right, hang on. Let me zoom in.
I'm just curious.
Pinch and zoom.
What does it say?
Is that the defendant?
Yeah, the defendant. We're trying to figure out if it's Charlevoix hoodie or not.
I just want to see what it says.
Does he walk towards the camera?
Is it like an Aeropostale? It looks like it's an Aeropostale.
Yeah.
It does.
It doesn't look like Charlevoix for sure.
Oh, dang it. He always has fun shirts.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
I love
Agent
the little
Nicola.
desk.
How are you?
The little desk gets me every
Good
time.
afternoon, counselor.
Hope you had a good lunch.
Likewise.
Thank you.
It just
the
looks so
witness thing?
tiny
I'm just
behind
going to
that little
continue. Don't have a whole lot
desk.
left for you. Sorry to report.
It's the kid's desk.
Stupid.
Great.
It's like a manlet. It's okay
All
if they're
right.
small.
I want somebody to just come and like push him over.
Ladies, this is Smile Sexy.
No.
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 There is nothing
Come on.
about him that is
You don't-
sexy.
He's
Let's
not
go back to
find
the
that
picture of this
trollier.
witness.
You don't find the toothy grin smiley sexy.
Oh.
What's the most attractive thing about this lovely man right here?
What about him?
Yeah.
Probably when he's got his mouth, when he's not talking.
When he's not looking.
He's not looking or talking.
When we can't see his face. That's sexy.
That
You've
the
given some
quality of
admonishments
his
here.
tie knot shows that it's not a clip-on. That's the best quality.
That is true.
That's
He
not-
ties his own ties.
Yeah, even if it is a bad knot.
Or at least his mom does.
Well, it's true.
His mom
Maybe
does.
not to Dan. I think you talked about him a little bit on direct examination.
Yes, sir.
Could you please just run through those real quickly?
Sure. So when FBI policy, we provide admonishments verbally to confidential human sources. So one of the admonishments is you have to be truthful. The next admonishment is what you're doing is voluntary. You don't have to do it. Another admonishment is you're not an employee of the FBI. You can't represent yourself as such. Another admonishment is you're not authorized to commit illegal activity. If you are, and there are specific instances, we can obtain authority for that. There's a number of other admonishments that'll happen, such as if somebody's charged with a crime, you can't go collect information about the charges once they're charged, because that would violate their right to a fair trial. The big picture is that I tell the source that you're acting on behalf of me, and you need to report everything to me and just err on the side of caution. Let me know.
Yeah, have you noticed, expert, by the way, he's got his man rings on.
Oh yeah, I hate those.
Oh, does he have man rings on?
He's got man rings, yeah.
2 middle finger rings.
Yep.
2?
Oh.
Yeah, I got
One on each hand.
He's one of those.
Oh, on each.
Yeah.
Little cum say, cum sa.
Okay, so everything that Dan did, though, was dishonest, basically, because he didn't let on. He's in a dishonest position, right?
Well, Dan was never dishonest with me, but definitely with the members of the Wolverine Watchmen. He's portraying himself as a member, and he's actually helping law enforcement. So he's not being truthful with the members of the Wolverine Watchmen or anybody else that he deals with. That's part of the gig.
Has he been paid anything more recently than just what we've talked about so far?
Not to my knowledge.
Hmm.
And I talked to you about him violating the law by my words, not yours, by training the Wolverine watchmen and making them more dangerous or training with a purpose. And you indicated that was not a violation of the law.
That's my understanding of the law in Michigan, is that if you're actually cooperating with law enforcement, you're not intending to break it, that you haven't met those elements or those check boxes, because you're actually providing that information to the police.
He's actually training, which is part of the law. Can't train.
The law has multiple elements.
Yep.
So if you were training and you were intending to carry out a terrorist attack, if that was your plan, that would be a violation of the law. But in this case, Dan is not trying to commit a terrorist attack. Dan is providing everything he does to me so that he's not then meeting the elements of those crimes that we talked about.
Okay, you talk to him and you find out, you continue to monitor his intent.
Because he told me he promised he wouldn't lie.
So I debrief him, I talk to him frequently, and then obviously I'm listening to the things he says, so I'm able to see what he says to me, and then I'm able to check it out on the audio recordings to see if he's being truthful or not, if he's holding anything back. That's how we obviously found Steve Robeson was a double agent, through that sort of checking.
Okay, as opposed to Mr. Molitor, who you did not interview prior.
These are now double agents?
Correct?
Yes, they're all double agents now.
As opposed to Mr. Molitor, who you did not interview prior to his arrest.
Mr. Molitor is not a source. He's never cooperated with law enforcement. And he's
Chad has
was
me
not
looking at his
interviewed
swinger
prior to his
rings.
arrest.
Okay.
At his tweeter rings?
Factor, right?
Swinger rings.
Trying to answer your questions as you ask them.
Bastards.
That answer yes to that.
Thanks.
We're talking about the intent factor in the crime, the alleged crime.
Sure.
Thank you. Did you get permission from anybody above for him to tell the Wolverine watchman they should shoot a rifle through her house?
Did he tell them that?
I'm sorry. What are you talking about?
Yeah, one of the agents told him
You're
to do
aware
that.
that he told the Wolverine watchman, or some of them, that it was suggested that they should shoot a weapon through her home or cottage residence when she's not there, right?
I'm
So
not aware
you're
of
talking
that.
about something that we haven't discussed in front of the jury. That was part of the federal case.
Ooh, you just brought it up.
To is the new founding fathers meeting number 2 in
I'm not
Peoples,
sure.
Ohio.
I'm not sure where it happened, but he
No objection from the
suggested
other
that
side.
as part of his job or
Mhm.
position, has he not? And I'm talking about Dan did that.
So what I believe you're talking about is the Peebles, Ohio second new founding fathers meeting, in which there was discussion amongst the militia leaders about how to attack Governor Whitmer at her cabin up north. And there was discussion about having a sniper kill her. And Dan had suggested why don't you just do property damage instead of killing her?
And how about the tannerite? When did tannerite come up? And what is tannerite? To be first.
So tannerite is it's an explosive material. So a lot of times it can be found in like exploding targets. I think you call it a secondary explosive, so it needs a little bit of trauma in order to make it go off. So it's available at Dunham's or
Sort of like his head.
Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how is tannerite, involved in this case?
Well, tannerite was actually never involved in the case. It was discussed by members at multiple times as it's something that you could harvest and acquire large amounts, as they were talking about explosives. But in this case, the actual explosives that were used had a different source. It wasn't tannerite.
Dan didn't bring up tannerite in the same discussion about shooting through the residence.
I assume you're talking about the new founding fathers meeting 2 in Peebles, and I don't recall Dan bringing up tannerite. I believe Ty Garbin referenced their ability to acquire tannerite, but I don't have the transcript. The audio is obviously the best source of that meeting.
Why did you keep working with him after he had gone?
Hey, I
over the
bet
top
you he
of his
did. He came up with the name.
I thought Dan did a very admirable job. I thought he risked his life. He's somebody who was very responsive to tasking and always brought up everything to me if there was the slightest concern he had about what he was training or what could happen as a result of it.
So you let it ride. He violated his contract with you and you did nothing about it.
No, Dan was never violated any admonishment. We don't have contracts. So there's nothing written down. There's no contract, so to speak. But I described the admonishments about being truthful and not having to work with us.
So just keep this in mind. If you're ever deciding to work for the feds as a mole of some sort, that this is how they're going to treat you. So whenever you're saying, hey, yeah, we'll take care of you. You're an inside guy. You're working on behalf of us. Yeah, we disable that contract whenever we want to. Just keep that in mind. Makes you feel real confident about, just helping out the little guy.
Yep. They will screw you over.
Dan never committed any illegal acts.
How much video was taken in this investigation? Hours?
Well, when you say taken, we received the most amount of video from the Facebook search warrants that were conducted. And so that's taken by the defendants. Are you meaning how much did the FBI take or how much did we acquire in total?
Total.
It's probably hundreds of hours, but there are a bunch of little clips all over from all the Facebook accounts. So there's, probably at least 50 hours.
It's a shower curtain.
Page.
Indigo.
There's probably 20 hours on Barry Croft's page. And these are just rough guesses from me recalling.
What percentage or how many hours were ended up here?
She's actually sitting on the toilet right now.
Or minutes?
I don't know.
We've only seen a head pop out a couple of times. Like, can I come out now, Mom?
Hundreds of hours. We've all seen the video that's come in.
Okay, same thing with paperwork. And I maybe underestimated in my opening remarks. Coming up to my waist, I guess I did by a long shot. But how many pages of information?
There's certainly reams and reams of information that I'm sure we're all glad we don't have to go through in court here.
Okay, and that also would be a small percentage of what's been presented.
Absolutely, yes.
As exhibits, even though there's 255, maybe 344 actually, or so, actually more now. Right? That's a small.
The exhibits are certainly a small percentage of all the information. They're intended to represent what happened and to.
Dan got a bunch of free gifts. He got a free watch, a new phone, computer, all kinds of stuff.
For both sides, present their arguments.
Okay. So you were concerned about
Bars, BJs, all kinds of stuff.
That would be for Eric Molitor as well.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So it was what his contacts, they were dangerous as well as everyone else's. That had anything to do with this? His contacts were as dangerous as anyone else that had anything to do with this?
Which contacts are you referring to of Eric Molitor's?
His limited contacts starting in August 29th.
His contacts with Adam Fox were dangerous, yes.
So he was
How
in a dangerous
were they?
position riding up with them. Correct?
I don't think so. Not in my opinion.
Why did Dan have a safety plan? If it wasn't dangerous, why did you get Dan a safety plan?
Well, Dan was acting on behalf of me, so I'm his handler. If I put him in a spot where he doesn't have any support and he gets hurt, that's my responsibility. So certainly I couldn't control and had no control of Eric Molitor. In this case, Eric Molitor was armed. Adam Fox was not armed.
Was it 100? I don't know if it was that much.
I believe from Eric Molitor's position during the daytime surveillance. He had a position of tactical advantage, sitting in the rear seat with a gun.
Yeah, he had to
when everybody else.
He had to give them. I'm working on my thumbnail for tomorrow.
Is that going to be in there?
What's that?
So
Is that gonna
can
be
you
in
tell me
there?
One meeting that my
BJ's?
client attended throughout.
Yeah.
Do y'all have a
No.
BJ's?
Entire
All of the BJs.
landscape that you've laid out
I've
here.
never been to BJ's.
One meeting where he sat
Not
down
that
and had a
BJ's.
purposeful discussion with a group of all the meetings you talked about.
Judge, I'm not sure what purposeful discussion.
All right, did he attend any meetings? May I change my question? Did he attend any meetings? And I'll run through them if you need me to.
Mhm.
I'm thinking here of the significant events chart.
Yeah.
And I've put your client's the events that he participated in on there.
Oh, this is
purpose.
awesome right here.
Yeah, but I'm referring to meetings though.
Okay.
Come on. Bring it up. Gonna be good. Do it. Just pointing pictures at you now, Farrell.
So here's the meeting, exhibit number 6, that Barry Croft, Adam Fox, and Bill Null attended. Eric Molitor was not at it.
Mm-hmm. It's one.
I'm just curious if
Eric
there's,
Molitor was not at this meeting where Fox met with the Null brothers.
It's two.
Eric Molitor was not at the second Founding Fathers meeting.
It's three.
So I don't see anything that I've labeled a meeting here that Eric Molitor was part of.
thank you.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Before the
douche.
trip on the 29th, there was an intent to invite several other people, either by Dan or Agent Jason Chambers or yourself. Was there not? In fact, it might have been on the week before.
So initially, the daytime
I'm
reconnaissance.
concerned
know
that
if I-
Shelly's been kidnapped.
I was gonna say I don't know if I'm like worried or happy for her. She's gone off the right deep end, but like dramatically.
I
She's
think
like
she's been
one-
kidnapped. Who
Yeah.
is this? Imposter.
was scheduled a week or two before, and there was coordination as to who would go. Mikey Murray and John Fix had indicated they were going to go. There was
Oh, yeah.
discussion about inviting other people. Dan had sent some text messages to see who would be coming along the ride. That's something that I specifically wanted to know, who would be showing up. And I told Dan to ask others who would be showing up
There was
ahead of time.
Sorry, there was encouragement to bring as many people as possible, wasn't there?
Not to my recollection.
Ty Carbon on the list of invites.
Definitely.
I can't recall specifically, but it seems likely that he would know about it. If you've got an exhibit, I remember all of the invites that were discussed.
You said Michael Murray. How about Daniel Harris?
I believe he was invited.
Brandon Caserta.
I'm sorry.
Daniel Harris.
I didn't know
I
that
don't
voice.
know if Brandon Caserta was invited.
Yeah,
Part of
that
the
was-
confusion here is that they
that was,
rescheduled the meeting.
Wednesday.
They had another event come up, and so the surveillance was abandoned that week.
Caleb Franks also on the list of invitees.
I don't know.
Invitees. Okay. You don't know?
No.
Got your little
Who's
book
handling
there.
this part? Was it Agent Chambers and Dan?
I was certainly involved with CHS Dan. There was Jason Chambers was my partner, and he was also a co-case agent with CHS Dan.
Okay, he was your partner at that time in the Genesee County area.
Yes, sir.
He was in your office.
Yeah, so Jason and I are assigned
Night
to
Stray.
terrorism investigations out of the Flint
Oh,
office.
have a good
at the
night.
time. Thank you.
Peace stray.
Oh. Eris is the one leaving.
Oh, Eris is leaving.
Have a
Oh.
good night, Eris.
Later, Harris.
Hi, Eris.
Community training, June and August. Was Eric Molitor present?
No,
Do you know of a phone call in June of 2020 for the Watchmen? Adam Fox, Dan, Harris Garvin, Musico Morrison, and Amanda Keller. Sorry about that. That wasn't fair. Adam Fox, Dan, CHS Dan, Harris, Garvin, Musico, Morrison, and Amanda Keller. Do you recall that phone call, conference call?
I'm sorry, what was the date?
June of 2020.
No, don't leave.
I recall a conference call on June 14th.
Okay.
And I don't know if Amanda Keller was there, but the rest of the participants I do recall.
No, Eric Molitor.
That's correct.
June 18th, Capitol protest in Lansing. No, Eric.
That's correct.
Not invited, no knowledge that you know of.
He wasn't there.
And
Oh.
the VAC Shack meeting. June
Yeah, I agree.
2020,
This
June
absolutely
20th,
destroyed their
looks like.
case.
Yes.
This is
Correct.
very
He
good
was not
cross.
at that meeting.
Fox,
I'm coming at it fresh. I
Dan,
haven't watched
Garvin,
any of it,
Bellar.
and I'm loving it.
Is it Mike McIntosh?
I did
James
catch this one. That's the only reason I knew it was
McIntosh
coming.
And Amanda Keller.
Yes, sir.
No, Eric Molitor.
That's correct.
July 7th, Bellar's house. Where's Bellar live?
At the time, he lived in Milford, Michigan.
Okay,
Ooh.
so there was a meeting there. Garvin, Franks, Harris, Bellar. Right?
Yes.
Any Molitor there?
No.
A Bellevue meeting. Any Molitor, Mr. Molitor there? Invite, knowledge, anything like that?
No.
These are, some of these, most of these aren't on your significant list, though, are they?
Correct. These are Wolverine Watchmen meetings. Eric Molitor's not a member of the Wolverine Watchmen.
Fowlerville,
Wolverines.
So another Wolverine Watchmen meeting in Fowlerville from
Every
July
time we
27th,
see Wolverine.
2020.
all right.
I know.
We talked about April 30th
Yes,
in
sir.
Lansing. Covered that. Peebles, Ohio,
All right,
Dublin,
now
Ohio.
I'm done.
Cambria. Any of
Which
those?
lawyer is what?
You're asking if Eric Molitor was present there?
That's correct.
Peebles, he was not. Dublin, he was not. And Cambria, he was not.
Well, he wasn't anywhere, was he?
What other meetings
No.
am I missing?
Wasn't at any of these, meetings.
There was a meeting between the Null brothers and Adam Fox. He was not at that meeting.
Only because I'm a huge fan of Thor.
You like this one?
I like the remake. It's better. It's maybe not better. It's okay. It's
No.
good.
No, Patrick Swayze's one is so much cheesier.
Yeah. This is Eric Muller's attorney that's doing the cross. He's doing all the heavy lifting here. He does the heavy lifting throughout the trial, I think. His opening was much stronger. So far, I mean, I haven't seen the other cross, but
think you
I know the
indicated
other
150 hours of
attorneys are
recordings.
shorter.
That's an estimate I have.
And those recordings were played for us in small snippets.
Yes, sir.
It's
Wait,
a small
Emily, did you say
percentage
you
of
like the
what
second, the
he's
remake of
recorded.
Red Dawn?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm the only person who ever liked that. Dude, this is so weird. I swear,
Really?
you know
No,
what?
you're faking.
You're
You're
my
faking.
you're the FBI after me. That's what it is.
The first
Nobody
one was
likes
You're
that
after
one.
me, man. You're
the
after
first
me.
one was so full of cheese. You had C.
It
Thomas
was.
Howell. You had,
Oh, it was awesome though.
What was
It was
awesome
awesome.
for its time, but not anymore.
Wolverines!
Don't get
Well,
that
I've
chance.
seen the second one, so I never actually.
That was the first one.
I've seen the second
The ending
one. The
wasn't
second
that
one was.
great.
Say
second
that
one was
everything. Give me 1 second.
I like
My
that
highlighter.
I like that it involves the North Koreans in the second one instead of the Russians.
Agent Blythe, thank you for your time.
I
Thank you,
liked it.
Counselor.
That was all the Russians.
We're done with this cross. Okay. So in summary, that cross was pretty damning, I have to say. All right. Are we all in agreement on that?
No, this is the first attorneys finished with cross because they're still.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, that was really good though. That completely
Yes.
destroyed their case, in my opinion.
It did. I agree. And especially at the very end where he was just like, he wasn't at this meeting. He wasn't at this meeting. He wasn't. These are all key meetings. And my client isn't even there.
That was a strong way to end. That was really good. All right. Let's see what the rest have to say.
Thank you, Judge. We have no questions.
Did you say we have no questions?
That was just pan over to the left a little more.
Your court reporter. You want her email?
Hey, Agent just a few questions
No,
here.
they get me in trouble with my wife.
When on Cross by
Just
Ms.
like
Lenzio, I think you testified that on July 27th, you asked Dan to follow the violence. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you explain that a little bit to the jury and what that means?
Sure. So what I wanted Dan to do was make sure he was involved with any plot moving forward. If the Wolverine Watchmen were in it, if Adam Fox's crew was in it, if Barry Croft was in it, I wanted Dan to be where the violence was.
Oh, we just keep hacking the room. Hey, how we doing?
Yeah.
Good
morning.
morning. That's what, it's like 4 a.m. there?
Almost 5 a.m.
Almost 5. Oh, I was
Gosh.
close. Nice. Well, welcome. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah.
Wait, why is the
Can we get-
prosecutor asking questions? Did the other defendants not ask questions?
Well, did like
no, they
redirect on him or
yeah,
whatever?
they you're right, they did all turn it down. They were just like, no, we don't have anything. He pretty much covered it all.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I thought it was pretty short.
Yeah.
Dan to follow
Yeah, so-
Adam Fox.
So
What was that?
this guy during Cross just flat out said that no, nothing happened unless we initiated it.
Yeah, pretty much. And the one defendant wasn't there for most of it. So we initiated it, and then when all the shit was going down, he wasn't there. That's essentially what he said.
The I think you were
Jen
asked
says hi.
also about an August 9th meeting. The Knoll brothers weren't at that FTX. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
The
and
N
there was Mr.
brothers?
Molitor, right?
That's
Noel.
correct.
That was
Noel
the Wolverine
brothers.
Okay,
Watchman.
no,
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
So not the N-word
You talked a little bit
brothers.
about on your during your
Well, you know he
testimony
wants to call
about
him
paper
that.
patriots. You remember that?
Yes.
Remind us what that means.
Paper Patriots are basically members of the Patriot community who talk big, but then don't actually show up. They don't follow through. They're not the guys that are the doers.
Mhm.
Well, sort of like him.
Yeah.
They're not real Americans.
Molitor asked you a lot of questions about people who didn't get charged. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so in terms of factually, who didn't? The people you identify that didn't get charged, how are they different than Eric Molitor?
So those people didn't do things to support Adam Fox and Barry Croft in his plan for political violence.
Okay.
These are the guys that didn't
Talk a
support
little bit about
my
October 7th, the
guy's
arrest date.
plan.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen on the jury, what triggered the decision to move forward with arrests?
Well, after the 2 surveillances, it was just too dangerous.
This
to
is
keep
day
going.
7.
There was multiple other illegal acts that were being talked about being committed, such as the ghost guns, and we were too close to violence. We weren't sure how we'd be able to make sure nobody got hurt in Antrim County if they decided to come up again or rent a house for recon or put up a game camera. So it was just too dangerous to keep going. So we went to a judge.
Putting up
We
a
got,
game camera is
criminal
dangerous.
affidavits going, and we had
I thought he said
arrest
gay
warrants
camera.
Everything is dangerous for this guy.
During your
How dare
cross-examination
civilians
with
have
Ms.
things?
Lenzio, you had a point
Yeah.
of clarification you wanted to make.
Right, Dread?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about that, please?
Sure. As we were talking about the meeting that the Knoll brothers had with Adam Fox on June 30th that night, there was questions about, what
It's
did
the
you
court.
do coverage
Yeah, the
wise
court's
about
in the
that
back.
meeting. And so I wanted to clarify, I didn't know about that
His
meeting
his
until
people,
after
his
the
his
takedown.
dwarf kin are in
And I
there
did obtain
making
some other
rings
evidence
for
that
him.
supported, corroborated that meeting. There was text messages on Bill Null's cell phone in which he coordinated with Adam Fox the meeting, talked about meeting with Adam
I'm
Fox.
just trying to think of
Back
this
check,
in Jung's
and then his
voice.
truck had broken down.
He looks like a little
and then
bitch.
he coordinated with Adam Fox to schedule a new time of the meeting before the meeting occurred. Just to clarify, all of that happened after the takedown. I learned of it. So at the time when the meeting was going on, I didn't know any of that.
Oh, I bet he's taking a few guys down.
The pictures of the governor's summer residence on Mackinac Island, it belongs to the state of Michigan. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the photos that Mr.
It's a tourist location,
Barnett
correct?
introduced, tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury why Mark, supplied those to Adam Fox.
Sure. So we talked about the 3 different locations where attack plans could occur. Location 1 in Lansing, location 2 in Birch Lake, and location 3 on Mackinac Island. As the plan progressed and escalated, undercover Mark was close to Adam Fox, and we wanted to make sure there was no attacks in Mackinac Island. So when Adam Fox tasked undercover Mark with doing some recon on the Mackinac Island location, we wanted him to go forward and him to have access to that information. We didn't want anybody else to go do recon on Mackinac
Great minds,
Island.
Jamie.
I know, right?
Start planning an attack there.
The Robeson interview, tell us a little bit about, when you're interrogating or interviewing a subject. I mean, I think you said earlier this morning that you wanted Mr. Robeson to feel like he was manipulating you. Is that correct?
Yes.
And and I think you told us what your ultimate goal was with him, but I guess, kind of what I want to get to is, when you're talking to Mr. Robeson in the room, is everything you're saying to him, factual or actual?
No. So in this case, what I'm doing is I'm got an interview plan, and I'm saying things to elicit information from Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry to report that you cannot rent the governor's summer residence. You can only tour it. Damn it.
Even the grounds?
Well, I don't rent the grounds for what? No, you
Wedding?
can't. Yeah, no.
Like a
no.
wedding. You could
No.
say, oh, we're going to have a wedding.
Nope. It's open to free tours on Wednesdays, and that is it. We can't tour it. But it's 7,000 square feet. It has 9.5 baths and 11 bedrooms.
Why?
But can you tour it with like your flak jacket on and
Yeah, right. Is there a dress code?
yeah.
Yes.
So I believe that Mr. Robeson
Yes,
fought
boo,
the
I
entire
agree.
time he was getting away with manipulating the FBI.
Yep.
There was an Australian
He's in the
that did
room,
that.
Mr. Robeson.
Australian what?
He rented like an Airbnb of the Prime Minister's summer house or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, and then he filmed it. The guy got all mad. I just saw it it's on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
Really?
Let me ask
One
this.
thing I did
Did
notice is
Robeson get a free
the
pass?
prosecutor
Oh,
throughout
absolutely not.
this, he
Okay,
tends to get redder and more swollen about the head, like right above the neck, where it just sort of starts popping out. He does get redder and redder, not just throughout the trial in general.
Well, do you imagine
every
how many
single day.
political points he'll score if he gets a conviction here? Everyone is amped up. They're like, this is going to make our career. And they all lose.
Yeah.
And why do you say that?
Well, because as soon as we found out that he was manipulating and lying to the FBI, committing
I was
crimes,
planning on
we
sleeping
opened
in
an
the governor's
investigation,
house.
And then ultimately we charged him. So there's no
Preferably
free pass
in her
because
bed.
You would have agreed to be a source, or you went back.
Might have
to
been a
admit
porn
that you lied
involved.
to the FBI initially.
You were asked quite a bit
Members
about
only.
Dan's training and
Golden
you suggested that he made the Wolverine Watchman more dangerous. Tell us what your direction to Dan was.
Sure. So gave direction to Dan to try to de-escalate as much as possible. The number one key was to make sure nobody got hurt with an accidental discharge on the range. So we talked about a concept we called crawl, walk, run. And the crawl stage was just general weapons handling without ammunition. So that
Tour.
if possible, they could do dry runs and just practice without bullets in their gun.
I want a
That was the
freaking tour. I
safest
want to
thing
sleep
do.
there.
Beyond that, anything that was requested had to come from a commander of the Wolverine Watchmen. So Joe Morrison and Paul Bellar were the ones who would create the itineraries and give direction. And then Dan would come to me and tell me that he
I don't want to know what you're looking up.
particular training, and I would tell him, generally speaking, you can do what's on YouTube. So if you find general marksmanship or general movement drills on YouTube and they're readily available, then you can talk about those with the guys.
Shelly.
Yesterday, Agent Impla, you were asked questions by Mr. by Mr. Barnett rather, about you testified, introductory question, you testified before that Mr. Molitor was providing instruction to Mr. Fox in the Walmart parking lot Saturday morning. You testified about that on direct, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you remember Mr. Barnett questioning you about that and whether or not that actual event occurred.
Yes.
Stretching Gretchen.
Since that questioning has occred, did you go
saw that
back
movie.
and look and
Huh?
search
I saw
for
that
audio
movie.
of that event?
Yes, I did.
Stretching Gretchen. That's Whitmer's nickname from law school or college or something.
Okay. And that's been marked your
wow.
You didn't know that? Oh yeah. No, that started making its circles in 2020. That's her nickname. That was her nickname in college.
68. Are you familiar with that exhibit?
So
Wow.
she
Yeah,
was
that
a piece
explains a
of
lot.
What is it?
she was a piece of evidence that was entered.
Yes, it's definitely. That's a great way to say it.
So 268 is audio recording from September 12th, the Luther FDX timeframe. And this is at the Walmart parking lot at 10:34 a.m. And Adam Fox is in the Walmart parking lot with CHS Dan when Eric Molitor arrives and then provides advice and a description to Adam Fox about how his RF detector works and how it can be used.
And is there an associated transcript of that on Mark 268T?
Yes, there is.
And can you, with that, Judge, I'd move for admission. Well, is the transcript accurate as to the audio?
Yes.
Move for admission, please, of proposed exhibit 268, 268T.
Whitmer's known as the new three-hole wonder. Is that what you're trying to say?
Your Honor, are we allowed to enter her into evidence?
There it is. There's a shirt.
It says
America
American,
something.
American Eastern.
Athletics.
Yeah,
Is that what it is? I don't know. I have no idea.
It looks like ATR Association.
Athletic Association.
Okay, so Jung, you want to know a fun fact? It's called the sheath.
Oh, do you
What?
know what it's called in Swedish?
Like my
Vagina.
underwear.
No.
So vagina is actually like an ancient word for sheath.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just so you
Yeah,
know, ladies.
Yeah, yeah, and we still use the same technical term for vagina and sheath in Sweden.
I love that. I love learning that when I first met my wife. That's the same word. Because it
Oh, she told you that immediately? Do you know
I
what a
learned that.
knife sheath
Date
is in
number,
Swedish?
date number 1, yes.
That's funny.
No wonder you married her.
You wouldn't carry a knife in your pocket. What's that called?
Pocket pool. I don't know.
Well, hey. I'm gonna hop off.
Oh, okay. Good night, Jamie.
Hi,
So
Jamie.
gotta be
Hi,
up
Hey,
early.
Jamie.
You got to be up early for Baker. I know.
Yeah, I gotta
He
get.
expects
me
a lot of
too.
you. All right,
Love
I'm not
you
going.
guys.
I'm not going beyond this guy's cross. I just can't.
Hi, Jamie. I will
Alright,
see you tomorrow for a bit, and then I'll be over with
hopefully.
the expert for a bit. And
I know. All
Good
right.
night,
You guys have a
Jamie.
good
Good to
night.
see you,
All
Jamie.
right, you too.
Fun.
We got about another
Bye,
half
Jamie.
hour or so.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
She got to wear those shades on Baker's stream tomorrow.
oh, she should.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe we don't.
Oh, by the way, expert, I figured out my Halloween costume. Nobody tell him.
Okay.
You know what? Can you go get
You know what? I also have a theory that Valhalla really did get shaved when he was out with Rakadic. Has anyone seen him on stream since?
No. He's. I've invited him on, and he said that he was trying to recover.
Yeah, I know. I invited
I
him
bet.
on so many times. Different thing. I swear he's been shaved bald. That's the issue.
He shaved his hair.
I don't know.
He had to
I'm
have.
speculating. Something is up.
That's what Valhalla looks like now. The judge.
Yep, right there. Like he's got it all trimmed up, and
Hilarious.
he's got just.
What's the experts channel? Oh, hey, we got to get the experts channel in here.
Do I have one?
Yeah,
I'll put it in the chat right now.
definitely got to have the expert.
Where are my mods?
They all went to
That's
bed.
probably
I know.
asleep.
I know. Let me get it here. I'll get it.
Oh,
Yeah, the expert's awesome.
Yeah,
no.
and Broken
All right.
Baker gave you such a good shout out today during his stream. That was awesome.
Aw.
The expert?
Oh yes, you've got to go back and just watch the last 5 minutes, if nothing else. It is awesome.
I heard Shizzy. I heard you and the expert got called out on LC's stream. I watched that. But I was gonna clip it. It's like,
No, it
who
was
you guys
Baker
know?
and I got called out
Yeah, that's what I said.
on the stream. I thought you said me and the expert.
Oh,
What
I'm
did he
sorry if I did.
say?
No, it's just like, I watch Shizzy and Baker. We got to get those guys on. They got good stuff.
Yeah.
Aw.
What was crazy about Baker went on later. And
You
he's
know,
like,
he didn't mention me, even though I showed him nipple on Versus stream.
Baker's stream Saturday was amazing when y'all gave Salbert dating advice. That was amazing.
Oh, Saturday?
Yeah. That was yeah, that was a proper cry laugh. I mean, going through all the prison dating sites with Salbert. Oh. Yeah, you in the chat, if you haven't seen that, you have to go to Broken Baker's Saturday stream.
Yeah, was that was Stabber Day, right?
Yeah, Stabber Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
watching
was
that. That was great.
amazing to watch.
Yes.
All right, let me get Baker's in the chat too. There's Baker's stream in the chat. Oh, they're going through more text messages that don't involve the defendants. That's cool. Oh, wait, no. He says, how's it going? Awesome.
Awesome.
Good to see you. Oh, my God. Condemn him now.
What was that?
Off the pitchforks.
It's a little rough.
Oh, that Elsie, I'm not awake yet. I was LNC. Who?
Thinking
Where?
Kane.
They were on
Thinking
Law
Kane.
and Crime. I mean,
Okay, so Eric's talking about this is the RF radio frequency.
Oh, and whenever he testifies on this, is so awesome.
I saw part of it when I was editing this together.
Yeah.
He's just laid back and chilled,
Yep.
too. It's almost kind of like what's his name? Joe Dirt. I'm a white trash idiot. The end kind of thing. He was nice.
oh my gosh.
Turn on the GS, and I'll turn all these on. And you stand around with that fucking thing, and check it out, and
I think Jung might have just broken the expert.
You did. She turned him into a Jamie giggle.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Counselor.
So I believe you
I am
stated
crying.
on redirect that Steve
Good
wasn't
job,
in the
Shelley.
precast, right?
Good job.
That's correct.
He initially started out as a confidential human source.
That's correct.
You stated that prior to Luther, he was deactivated, but he didn't know that he was deactivated.
No, that's not the case. So he still believed he was a source. He was still working with his handling agents through Luther.
Okay, so, but he was deactivated in your mind, like you weren't going to continue to use him.
What I had told the agents from Milwaukee is that I didn't want him near or influencing anything. I wasn't counting on his participation. I didn't want him in Luther. If he did have to come or for whatever reason, that they had to manage that, but that he was not part of our undercover operation.
So it's fair to say that he believed he was still a confidential human source, but you weren't going to treat him as a confidential.
Oh, that's Shizzy's crush. He likes Wednesday.
I'm telling you,
He
Wednesdays.
doesn't look real. I was looking at that too.
And
Yeah,
that was
Lady
because I believe
Wednesday.
what you stated, that he was
Porcelain
helping
skin
further
and
the
those
plot in some
doll
form.
eyes.
Correct.
I'm just
And
picturing her.
he
picturing
participated
her-
in that nighttime surveillance, correct?
Never mind.
Correct.
I'm
He was
married.
Stay
not
careful
charged
what
with
you
material
say.
support in this case.
That's correct.
I'm married.
No further questions, Your Honor.
I'm imagining her saying Dr. Crane.
Well, she's sitting so still too, right?
Yeah, just stone face.
Oh, and there's
She has the type thingy in her lap because she doesn't
bet
have
she
a
has a-
table, so she
Tell you, I
can't
bet
move
she has-
around much.
Is she typing?
On the YouTube.
yeah,
Yes.
she's the court reporter. She's
I
typing
am.
on the-
I am betting that she has got a great laugh.
Asperger abs.
Wait, what did you call her sidekick there? To the right, the guy. that just-
Pugsley.
Pugsley. Yeah. God, I couldn't remember her brother's name.
So it's Wednesday and Pugsley.
Wednesday and Pugsley. There's Pugsley. Sorry, Pugsley.
That's Uncle Fester. Or not Fester, but Cousin It.
Cousin It.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was
Cousin
gonna say. Yeah, Cousin It with the hair. That's what Cousin It actually looks like under the hair.
Ask you about a YouTube video and training, something about that. What was you recall what your answer was and point made on the YouTube videos that Dan would be training up to that level? Or what was your point there?
As I just talked about with the prosecutor, when Dan was involved in training with the Wolverine Watchmen, he would frequently come to me and ask what he was allowed to do. He would get taskings from Joe Morrison or Paul Bellar as to what the training itinerary was. And I would tell him you can't provide ideas on the itinerary, but you can participate. And if you do provide any ideas, provide things that can be found on YouTube.
Well, I mean, that's so
What's the level of
weird.
YouTube that
Like stuff
we're
that's.
talking about here.
That just makes no sense.
So you mean like the stuff that's
In the
not on
military.
YouTube is the hardcore stuff?
Apparently, was that secret internet, dark web, or whatever they call it? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're allowed. You're not allowed to train them, but if you do train them, you can train them like the stuff that you find on YouTube, because the stuff that we teach you, we don't want you training them to do that.
But you were training him, right? You're agreeing to that?
No, he didn't train.
Military stuff.
No. The FBI was training him.
That's what I'm saying. They would never do such a
Can you
thing.
demonstrate it on YouTube?
Well, there
That would
can
be
be.
entrapment.
We weren't referencing that. I don't believe Dan provided any high-grade military training, but He talked a lot about muzzle discipline.
Dan was an
So he
idiot,
talked
is
about
what he just
indexing
said.
your rifle
How do you feel,
right
Dan?
here,
Like an
flashing
idiot?
people in front of you as you're
So now
breaching
he's
a building.
testifying to
Oh, so
that
basic-
the only,
Talk about
yeah. Now he's testifying to that the only reason they call it tactical gear and perhaps military grade it's because how he and they trained them in that fashion.
Yes. Yep.
See,
I guarantee you, YouTube probably has better videos than what they're being trained with.
Oh, I guarantee they do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, YouTube. I mean,
But think about what he's talking about. He's talking about putting the gun up so you're not aiming it at anybody. That's basic gun safety. I mean, I
Yeah,
walk
that's a
around
hunter
hunting like
safety
that.
course.
Yeah.
What,
Oh,
you,
so
you don't
tactical.
always do the cartoon thing.
No.
Yeah, right.
Only when I'm in the
how
right
to
mood.
communicate in a stack, and the stack and the breaching would be those items would be given down by Joe Morrison or Paul Bellar, and then Dan would be there and he would provide some input while he's in the stack as to how he thought the team could go through. Paul Bellar did as well. Other team members, it was typical for all the members of the team to provide input onto what they saw. And that's the purpose of the training videos, is that all the members of the team could review their training videos and see how they could do it better.
Right. You mentioned dry fire versus live fire as well.
Yes, sir.
And there's a ton of video with coming in shoot houses with them shooting.
That's correct.
Right? Quite a few, aren't there?
I'd say probably under 10
Hey,
videos.
MG.
Okay.
So probably around 8 videos of them shooting in shoot houses.
You encouraged him
I mean,
to
this
do
is
live
airsoft
or
stuff.
dry fire.
I know, right?
Yes.
Paintball.
So you notice he just now
With the
called it
Wolverine
shoot
Watchman,
houses.
Yeah.
I told Dan, like, if he's involved, there's concern about safety, or if things aren't set up, try to see if you can do dry fire. Try to see if you can start with that first. And so in Cambria and Luther, they did start with dry fire first.
And ended up coming through basically with rapid fire shooting and leading the charge.
I don't believe Dan was leading any charge, but when you say rapid fire, as they entered a shoot house or a kill house, they would
He's got his swinger
take
rings
as many
on.
shots as necessary
You
to
forgot to say
target down.
kill house, so we
Okay.
got it
But
in
he
there.
was leading. He was the first one through the door.
No, he was generally standing at the door to the shoot house. And so he would say, somebody else can come up, talk to them about where you're going to go and how to have muzzle discipline.
Yep.
So Dan didn't, to my knowledge, he's not like jumping in front and leading the stack.
Okay.
Muscle
Training.
discipline. Muscle
No,
memory.
I'm not getting this. This makes no sense at all.
This guy's never trained.
He's training them. He's training them.
No, I mean this makes no sense at all what he's saying, because he's saying
Answer was cut off.
that he's not leading anything. He's not doing anything. He's completely useless. He's an effing moron.
I'll restate, or maybe you can ask the question again and I'll make sure I get it.
He's the trainer of this group. Wolverine
say-
Watchman. He's the most experienced. He's using that experience to train.
Did you see the rings this time, expert?
So for the Wolverine Watchman,
The what?
he's the XO.
His finger rings.
Ultimately, he becomes
yeah.
the second in charge of the Wolverine Watchman. And then he has the role of the range safety officer. And then during training, he participates. He helps others.
Yeah, how much of a
And
crush is
he
Dan's ego
plays
getting
a
right now?
role, with the training.
And that falls in the category of listening.
I mean, it makes no sense.
In this case, yes, this is what I tasked
None
him
of
to
it.
Yeah, I shoot in a shoot forest too.
So I mean, he's basically said Dan was there. He was completely useless except for being basically the ticket master. But he wasn't even good at that.
Dan shows up with no gun, no kit, cup of coffee in his hands, and he just sits around, stands around. I mean, would that be safe for him?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
Well, he wouldn't be trusted. He wouldn't be a member of the team. He would have no role or purpose for being there.
So he's not training. He's not doing anything. Drinking his coffee, smoking his cigarettes.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Agent, you step down.
Oh, we're done with this witness.
Mr. Austin, you're next witness.
No jury questions? I thought, did they ask? I thought they had jury questions for this guy. After all this
No,
time, no
not
jury
him.
questions.
No, this guy. This
There we
guy
go.
just destroyed himself in so many ways because he's sitting there going, well, yeah, Dan was there, but he was just sort of walking him through the steps, but he wasn't training him, and he wasn't leading the charge or anything like that. He was just there. That would be, and that last attorney was just like, so he just showed up, was drinking his coffee and not really participating in anything. Don't you think that's a little dangerous for Dan?
Yeah, right. No. Our first priority was the safety. Hey, Melissa, welcome. I saw you were live earlier, but I was also, so I couldn't jump in. Cool. So we have, Secret Agent Man coming up next, but that's going to have to continue tomorrow morning because it is late and I've been in the tree all freaking day in this tree house and I'm ready to get out of it. But yeah, so what do you guys thought on Hearsay Dan? We finally finished with him after 6.5 days of testimony.
6.5 days.
Wow.
6.5 days of this nonsense of hearsay and demonstrative BS with nothing to support it whatsoever. I think they could have gotten a jury verdict the way they wanted, with at the end of this. I do have a treehouse sign. Did you guys notice? Treehouse sign. Farrell's making me another one. I'm very excited.
Shelly's gonna love it.
Wait, what is this? Foot Fairy is a member now? Oh, Food
Fairy.
Oh.
Lefty gifted a membership. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. When did Lefty gift a member? Oh, because I was on Shizzy's stream. Lefty, thank you for the membership gift. FD Food Fairy is now a member. Awesome. I don't think you've been a member before, so make sure you click the member tab and get a link to my Discord where we have all kinds of family appropriate content for you, as Farrell likes to say. Let's see. It's changing. What gives? Why is your background changing, Farrell?
Different attic.
Nice. So I have a question for Farrell, though. What made you decide that you're going to start putting your face on stream? Because that was a big thing for a while.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Show off her sunglasses.
That's really what it was, I think. I was so shocked when I saw her go live last week. And I was like, oh my God, that's Farrell's face. Haven't seen that in months. And it was only on Discord. All right. I am tired. Do you guys have anything else to add? Shizzy, hopefully you got some more likes and all that good stuff.
I hope so. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, you were like 2 away from 400 last night.
What are you at?
Yeah,
right now?
I hit 400 today. At some point.
Oh yeah, 402 subs.
So you're
you
like,
only have
98.
98 more to go. If you guys are not subscribed to Shizzy, you need to jump over from my channel to his and go subscribe and try to get him.
410.
What's that?
It says 410 on Shizzy's now.
Oh, I need to update.
We get 90 this week, man.
Ooh, 410, 90. We
Do
can
you
get
think
90.
Do you think I get 90 this week?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yes.
Maybe I do the rest of my streams without a shirt.
There you go.
That's
we're trying to get you more.
It works for others, I hear, but I haven't tried it yet.
Not for me.
No.
Nobody wants to see old man boobs.
How do you look in blue and yellow?
Am I looking?
Oh, Farrell succumbed to peer pressure. Were you facing the pressure, Farrell?
Danielle gets it.
I was just waiting for you to go out of town.
Right. She only goes live when she can get out of my basement. All right. Nicholas, you're quiet. Are you awake yet?
This is only my first cup of coffee, so no. I mean,
I thought Europeans had tea, not coffee.
That's only the British.
Yeah, that's the weak. Those are the weaker subspecies of Europe.
Well, how did y'all get to Colombia?
No.
Huh?
Wait, what?
What?
Colombia? How did who get to Colombia? My
Sweden
treehouse
is
does
the
not have
second most coffee drinkers in the world after the Finns.
Yeah, but your coffee is really bitter.
And we drink proper coffee, not that.
No, it's shit coffee. It gives me heartburn and everything else. I feel sick
That's
to my
because
stomach.
Coffee's
I mean,
nasty.
You weaklings.
I agree.
I drink
You have to
coffee.
drink and eat stuff that fights back. Otherwise, it's no fun.
Like, why do I want to make my own drink when I can just open a can? It's already made for me. I'm American.
Drinking coffee is so worth it.
Oh, coffee is
I have
amazing.
to have my coffee in the morning.
Oh, same.
Coffee
No.
or coffee or tea, but iced
Coffee
tea,
with
black tea.
vanilla cream. Mm.
No, I set my alarm clock to get up, even if I haven't slept, just to make my wife coffee and take it to her in the morning, and then grab myself a cup of coffee, and I'll finish up a whole cup of coffee, and then I'll just curl up on the floor and go to sleep.
Oh yeah, I drink coffee all day long from the morning I wake up till right before I go to bed. I'll go make a coffee after this before I go to bed.
One of the absolute best investment is my $120 coffee maker. It has a timer and a built-in grinder.
You guys don't have Keurigs over there. That's kind of the frustrating thing, though.
The what?
The
They
Keurig
don't,
machine.
but-
There's little pods. You make individual cups of coffee.
We do have those, but that's not proper coffee.
No, it's not.
It's good.
No,
And it's
No,
quick.
that's like instant coffee. I mean,
No. That's
No,
brewed.
it's-
It's brewed.
It's brewed, but it's still not.
It's
not
just
like- it's
brewed
not
one cup at a
coffee.
time.
I mean, you got to have some of those coffee grounds that get caught in your throat and in your nasal cavity, and it just
Let's see. Okay, so that's such a Scandinavian mindset. Yes, it is. They always want to fight, always, and they claim that they're neutral, right? Well, we're neutral. We don't get involved in wars. We're nice people. No, they're not. They just figured out a way to stay out of wars and just fight otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, coffee out the door. Yeah, but the Swedish coffee is very bitter. It's like Starbucks coffee. That kind of bitterness to it. I don't know.
Oh,
that's not bitter. Starbucks coffee's like sugary, sweet, weird.
No,
like-
you get weird mixes.
Ice
Just get a
cream.
straight coffee from
Their coffee
Starbucks,
is-
and it's bitter. Yeah, it's really
Oh,
bad.
I mean, the best coffee I had in the States was when I went to Texas in the 90s, and they had the pot on. We came down to breakfast too late, and the coffee has been sitting there being warmed and heated for a couple of hours. Then it was drinkable.
Okay, so if you guys want a good example of Swedish coffee, leave the coffee burning in the pot all day, then drink it. That's
No.
Swedish coffee.
No,
That's what it is.
no.
I did that while I was on vacation. Came back like hours later. I was like, "What is that burning smell?" And it was like there was probably about that much coffee. Whenever I left, there it was just like this crushed pot. I was like,
Oh.
I will agree that
Gross.
French press over a fire is absolutely the best. I have a French press I take camping. But it's still got to be good coffee. It can't be that bitter, nasty stuff that they have in Sweden.
I thought French press was some sort of sexual maneuver. I had no idea.
It probably is. It probably is.
Well,
Coffee's gross.
What do you drink? You
Stinks.
drink like Red Bull bullshit in the morning? What do you drink?
No, man.
No, Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
it's always
on a good Friday, you can have a kaffejök, which is you pour half of the mug with alcohol, and then in the bottom you put a coin, and then you add coffee until you can't see the coin, and then you add more booze until you can see it again.
I feel like that's a very Swedish thing. Very, very Swedish way to drink coffee.
That doesn't
Yep.
sound like it. That's a. You imagine starting your day like that? Oh man!
Only
Yeah.
only if you're going to mow the lawn at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Jeez! Oh my
God.
gosh! That's
I wouldn't make it
Oh.
out of the house.
no, no way! Oh my gosh!
I disagree. I've seen you drink. You would make it out of the house. You'd probably be hanging out with the wrong crowd, but you'd get out of the house.
You talking about me? Oh man,
Yeah.
I had to be carried off the boat. I had to be carried
That's
off the boat by two
awesome.
ladies.
My, Lefty, my liver is fine. After my Chat Faced for Charity stream, I was boozed out of my head. And the week after, I had a checkup at work, and they took all the samples needed, and I was fine. Everything was fine with me. So I'm fat and healthy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what
Lots
to
to be
tell
said
you.
about being fat and healthy.
Oh my God,
Gary
you scared me. I
Coleman.
thought Gary Coleman died. He died like 13 years ago.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what did he rise
Willis?
from the dead and die again?
Yeah, I was like, what
It's
happened?
like Bob
What?
Barker.
What you
I
talking
thought
about,
he
Willis?
He thought Bob Barker's been dead. He
Yeah. He just died like last month, right?
Yeah.
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 And
I think that was in
I thought
Sweden.
he's been dead, and I was like, oh.
I mean, Keith Richards has been dead for a good number of years. It's just that his body is so preserved that he hasn't realized it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look like death worn over.
But he
All right,
always has.
Well, I guess. Well, not in the 60s. In the 60s, he looked young, and then he like turned old instantly overnight.
Oh, Mick Jagger wears a wig.
Oh, you're referring to Nick Sliver. By the way, I have to say, Nick took a week to recover from our drinking stream, and I only took like a couple of hours. I just got to put that out there.
I got a man cold.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Man
What's
cold.
a
And
Is
you
that different?
who watched me, you heard that. I tried to stream during that week, and it didn't go too well.
No, it did not.
It's okay. You can admit it was a
and
week
you all
long
know that
hangover.
man colds are one of the worst diseases known to us men. And
Do you know what that is, expert? A man cold?
No.
That's
Of
just
course
an
he
average
does.
cold. That's just an average cold, but when men get it, it's like almost fatal. But the women can tough it out and go to work and do all that. That's a man cold.
Ask your wife.
When I have
She'll
a
know.
cold, I have to blow my nose a lot. So I was thinking you were saying something different.
No.
The man cold.
You hit a cold you get from man juice, of course. All right. Well, you all have a good night. Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you,
Danielle
everybody
left
on the
it.
panel.
Farrell's laughing.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to continue with day 7 and go into day 8. And we'll see where we end up. Day 8, hopefully. So Valhammer redid some of the audio on day 8, actually. So I'm going to use his stream. And hopefully it sounds so much better than this horrible audio we have in the courtroom. But thank you all for joining me. This has been an awesome day of streaming, I guess, since I've been back. And we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thanks for
hopefully.
having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
for having me
Chizzy,
too.
Danielle, Farrell,
Appreciate it.
everyone. Nick, thanks for coming on. And Jamie, she's sleeping. But we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.